a glass box around her and she'll break the glass. If you try to cage her in, she'll light the match. Oh, she's like an animal, it's in her blood.
Welcome, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, to the CEA semifinals, game one of RIT versus UOIT. This is Isan coming at you live with none other than...
I'm King of Dopenshire. How's everyone's night doing?
Yeah, absolutely stellar. Now, we've got a wonderful match for you coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Both incredibly strong teams, UOIT making it very, very far last season, and RIT kind of rising from the ashes. You know, last year they did not have as stellar of a team, but recently have picked up quite a lot of steam and found that synergy, and we're seeing that now as they've made it all the way to the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, RIT definitely has a lot of strats in their back pocket. I definitely think we'll see pulled out a lot here. You can tell they practice their strategies in their practice. Strategies most teams don't often employ, and UOIT on the other hand has very good fraggers. I've seen both of these teams play actually quite a bit, and they're both really strong teams. So this is definitely going to be a really good match.
So all in all then, since you have the most experience watching these guys, who do you think has the edge, especially coming up on Bank?
I haven't seen too much of these teams play Bank, but from what I've seen from them, it's just going to be probably a match of who can outstrat the other team. Both these teams have really strong fraggers, and Bank's definitely going to come down to who can roam and roam clear more efficiently, because Bank is very roam heavy because it's such a big map with 3 floors, and RIT is definitely going to pull out some unique strategies they've been working on, and I expect UOIT to do the same.
Interesting. Now, as you mentioned, roamers are going to be a very important part of this match. So, going into the bans in a moment here, I expect to see the Jackal getting rid of relatively quick here. Additionally, you might want to get rid of characters like Lion, things like that, that will allow you to lock down those roamers. It's all going to be about getting rid of that CC as much as physically possible.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see RIT, banning that Jackal as they are defending first on Bank. So it'd be advantageous to them to get rid of that roam clear potential early on in the game and hope they win enough rounds so they don't really have to rely on that roam clear as much when the side switch attack and defense.
100%. Now, what do you expect to see during the bans on defense, however?
I can definitely see defense is a little bit more flexible here.
Definitely.
I can definitely see a Mira being banned to try to hurt that basement site. I can definitely see a hard roamer ban such as, I don't know, possibly Visual. Maybe.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. Just someone who has like high roam potential. Monty is actually a very common ban because Monty's really good for this map.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Monty able to procure quite a lot of information for your team with relatively low risk because of that shield. Very smart stuff. That said, UOIT going to be getting into the next band here. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to take away since they are attacking first. It will definitely set the pace for the rest of the game here. All right, going to get into it, and it is going to be... There's the Jackal. We were expecting this, as I mentioned before. Jackal very good at singling out those roamers, catching them, tracking them down, and just allowing your team to kind of murk them in a group. So getting rid of that is going to give UOIT the edge in the long run over RIT once they do eventually switch.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that as UOIT saying, look, we're attacking first. We don't need Jackal to roam clear. And honestly, that sends a message that they're pretty confident in their strategy. However, we will see them ban their first defensive op, and as we suspected, it will be Mira taking out a very strong hold on the CCTV room down in the basement site.
Dang, what a pair of frickin' geniuses we are. All right, coming up is the Echo as well. That makes a lot of sense. Echo, very, very strong. We've seen him quite a few times managing to stall out games here in the CEA, and that information helps in loads.
Yeah, I mean, Echo's a pretty common ban just because of how much he does in terms of denying the diffuser and really just if teams wait for the last 30 seconds to plant and the Echo is still alive,
Mhm.
it's very hard to get that plant down without taking out those Yaokais previous to getting the plant down.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen so many games end up going to time because they decided to leave that Echo hanging and delay the plant to just enough for Yokai to seal things out. Echo is a very dangerous choice. It makes sense that they ban him away. All right, so we're getting into the team comps here, and things looking relatively slow on the defending side here. Not a lot of roamer heavy characters actually, mostly focusing on information.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely going for that whole. They have Rocket is bringing the Kide, trying to lock down some hatches there. They do have both Maestro and Smoke. They're definitely playing more of an anchor game for this site. Not really going for that roam potential. More for, as you said, the information and just holding site as long as they can and as efficiently as possible towards the end of the round.
100%. All right, we're going to be loading in here in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Round one, it is going to be RIT versus OUI. Too many yoit. That's what they are from now on. Nah, versus Ontario coming through. Let's get hype. I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be
Yeah, this will
interesting
be
to
a
see.
really good match.
Yeah, these are definitely two titans in their own divisions. So it's going to be good to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, we do have UOIT bringing Glaz. I could definitely see that being possibly uh maybe just a safety pick in case RIT decided to go second floor. But I can definitely see Raichi taking that Glaz into the what's it called, the garage, and actually cutting off
Mhm.
rotations through the vault hallway between objectives, which will actually help his team a lot
That
towards the
said,
push.
if RIT does decide to play a solid anchored game, Glaz isn't going to be able to put up much of a fight. He is really helpful at pinning down people if they like to move around between site too much. But if they're staying mostly stationary, he's not going to have much to shoot at least until later on in the match.
Yeah, I agree. It also looks like UOIT is definitely bringing as much breach as they can. They have two operators, both Twitch and Thatcher, to take out any bandits, mutes, kites that are placed down, and they have both hard breach operators at their disposal to not only open up the walls into CCTV, but also open up the hatches. So they're definitely going to look for probably to take control of open area, probably skylight stairwell, and get some long sight lines into objective from above and secure the plant early on. So this is definitely going to be a test of whether RIT can handle that if they don't have much of a roam game, instead decide to anchor on site.
100%. They are definitely going to have to find a way to secure one of those hard breachers as a frag really early on, or they could risk getting popped on multiple sides of their site. The attackers coming in from all angles can be incredibly dangerous no matter how coordinated you are, Dopenshire. That said,
Yeah.
mad delays on this loading screen. Thank you, God, Ubisoft. Yep,
Yeah.
patch day coming through. All right, but that said, there is a lot of strong entry denial coming through from RIT side with the smoke and the mute. They're going to be able to deny both information and a late rush in. So it's going to force Ontario to really, really push early on.
Yeah, not having that Monty do the ban is definitely changes how you push the site, because with you if you have Monty, you can pretty much push up to a CCTV through CCTV uncontested as long as you can watch your back stairs through skylight stairwell. But if you can do that, um, it's a very effective push. But now that they don't have Monty, they have to find a different way to do that push.
Hmm. Yeah, not only that, I mean, normally in this situation, if you didn't have that extra information, you would be able to drone things out, and that would be how you handle getting onto site. But because of that mute, they have that heavy denial, so they're essentially going to be going in blind here. It's going to be a very dangerous situation for Ontario. They're going to have to be very cautious in how they want to proceed.
Yeah, the uh, based on this these two lineups that they currently have, it looks like uh we're gonna definitely see a lot of gunfights um due to RIT just deciding to sit on objective mostly with their anchoring, and UOIT trying to go for really as many open start lines as they can. And speaking of that, looks like we are going to have to rehost here momentarily. So we'll get to the game as soon as possible.
Very sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Due to the patch coming out, there is an incredibly high latency setting up these matches, and so it is going to take a little bit of time for us to get started. Once again, very sorry. But we'll be getting into the action as soon as physically possible. In the meantime, Dopenshire here will regale you with his tales of whimsy about Rainbow Six Siege, because I don't play the game. Go!
All right. If you want me to give you the life of repeatedly dropping due to solo queue, I can do that. But...
I would love that. Let's hear it. We got nothing better to do right now.
All right. So if you want some solo queuing tips, number one, don't is if you care about your rank, because if you care about your rank, you won't play the game if you solo queue. And two, I really don't know. It's hard to practice team play when you solo queue, because usually when you solo queue, most people play for themselves. You know what I mean?
It's almost like it's called solo queue for a reason. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely better to find a 5-stack. Like, the reason like these players are like really good is because they play, they practice as a team. So they have strategies that like you can't pull that in your ranked games, because you don't have like the team connection and the team practice that these guys do. They practice all these strategies and they know how to execute them. They practice it in rank, and it's definitely different. It's definitely a step up here from your average ranked game. Watching these players execute strategies and really just communicating at a different level than you really ever could in ranked.
Well, and if you guys really love seeing strong team play, be sure to check out some of our other matches coming up later this week. The week of the 15th, we do have some incredibly solid lineups coming up, not just RIT versus Ontario, but Thursday at 9 p.m. we'll be having PSU versus the University of Maryland. Friday at 7 p.m., PSA versus SJSU, and UWM versus IU on Sunday. Be sure to come check it out. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, and as we're winding down this season with our final games here, don't forget to check out our Summer League, because that's coming up pretty soon, actually. And I believe signups are still open, and it's a lot of fun. We'll see a lot of good players play. It's not as, I do not believe players are forced to play with their college teams.
It's definitely a lot more casual. It's open to more people.
Yeah, someone like me could play who's absolutely trash, but
Same.
That's why we cast. Let's go.
Thick pulse coming through. Man, to be fair, I don't have a fighting chance because I haven't played this game in months. So that's my excuse. What's yours?
I don't know.
There we go. Dang.
Yeah.
I feel really big for saying something like that,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with you. Dopenshire, spectacular player. Man knows his stuff. That's the only thing keeping me anchored to this place right now. Because if I was all on my own, this would look a lot uglier.
Yeah, same. It definitely helps having two people, especially when we have moments like this where it's like 20 minutes of downtime. You gotta have some like talk back and forth, talk about the map, talk about the game, talk about the league, even
just shooting the bull, man. I get you. Well, we're going to be getting into the match pretty soon here, ladies and gentlemen, assuming the loading screens want us to. All I'm saying. All right, but yeah, just waiting for everybody to join in, and we will be there in a moment. Okay. So, can you give us a bit of detail information on this new patch here, King Dopenshire? If we're getting into some new stuff, some new uncharted territory for these folks, what do they have to look forward to?
So, I played a bit of Siege today. I had class and a lot of work to do, so I didn't get playing much. But from what I've seen, the Lion, I believe Lion's still banned in the league, so it's not really much of an option for these players. But the Lion rework is definitely interesting. It feels a lot different, actually, having to only stand still for 2 seconds, and it's a lot less punishing if you do move. The only other operator I actually looked at was Capitao, because I play a lot of Capitao, and
why?
I don't know. it definitely changes him to more of an area denial, because It's doesn't do as much damage, but it blocks a larger area, which is actually really good for preventing a retake. And
Gotcha.
as with that, we are about to start right back into the match.
Thank
Same
God.
team comps as prior.
Well,
Oh, never
maybe
mind.
not. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
no,
gonna say
same
they
team
had
comps
to
as
pick the
prior.
same team comp. All right, so we're going to be seeing the Thermite, Glass, Thatcher, Hibana, and Twitch versus Valkyrie, Maestro, Mute, Smoke, and Cade. We've already talked these comps to death, so you know what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into it in just a second. Oh, or just an hour.
There
Oh,
we
yes.
go. Beautiful.
We get to talk about the game.
Let's go.
God.
Yeah, so far it looks like your standard, reinforce the walls on CCTV, reinforce the walls, looking onto the stairwell near open area from that site. And yeah, it looks like, they're doing the general strategies. Nothing too offbeat here. I think they're trying to play it safe at first, get a feel of the map, how each other teams play right now. They're getting the usual hatches. What do you think RIT is gonna? How do you think? UOIT is gonna.
Dude, you know me. I have all kinds of ideas about how they're going to attack this. Nah, I'm just joking around with you. But like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be all about speed here. Since they're going to have a lot of trouble dealing with delay anchors like smoke and things like that, it's going to be very, very hard for them to push in. So we're going to expect a very aggressive and very fast push, possibly using this Twitch to try and scout out some of those Valkyrie cams and Maestro Evil Eyes so that they can deny as much information from the defenders as possible. That said, Glass is a thing that kind of slows things down just a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how that factors into their team play.
Yeah, I mean, you can't push fast as Glass. You're kind of forced to hold tighter angles just because of the way he plays. He's not a very aggressive. Usually isn't a very aggressive pusher.
He's an attack anchor. Like, he sits in one spot for half the game, and then when the action starts, maybe he'll move a little bit.
Yeah, looks like Keldav already going for these hatches in open area. Trying to clear it out. Not seeing any roamers. I actually don't think RIT has any roamers at all, much less one.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it earlier. They're going for a very reserved team comp here, just to kind of get a feel for the enemy team. Looks like they're not going very roam heavy, and that's going to give Ontario actually a pretty good advantage moving onto this site. This is going to allow them a lot of entry points without having to worry about someone sneaking up behind them. And just as I say it, Keldav taking down Rocket from RIT and taking the lead for his team.
Yeah, both hatches open around CCTV. Keldav actually pinging the Evil Eye. Already have one down, knowing where it is. They just have to find the second one, and then they can secure their plant. They're in a very good position. Actually, yeah, that's a good thing to talk about in between the rounds. The change to Maestro and how he interacts with both Thatcher and Twitch is a big one that we just saw right there.
All right, Keldav just holding down Hatch now that the defending team is a man down. He has a great position here onto the bomb site to set up for Thermite, who will be popping his hard breach there. Yep, charge coming through, and they're on point.
Yeah, only 40 seconds left in the round. They have to get this plant soon. Smoke still has, I believe, all 3 gas grenades up.
And it looks like they are having the opportunity to get the plant here as the smoke goes down. Glass trying to keep an eye out through this smoke to see if he can catch any peeking defenders, and it looks like Raichi is going to get onto red card. Excellent catch there. That said, Thermite is in fact down the smoke. Definitely putting on some hard work there, but they still have to get to the bomb. Raichi just taking down shots, gets rid of Shy and Quetzal, and it is all up to Maestro, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to push on to try and get this defused, but it looks like he might be a little lost here. Trying to find his way back onto site. Vitality making his push here, firing off at the glass, but unable to get any sticks through that smoke. It's going to be a very dangerous push for him here. Glass is going to have eyes, and it looks like he's going to land the frag. Ladies and gentlemen, Ontario taking the first round.
Yeah, not much mentality could do there. Once that diffuser went down at that spot, it's easy for Raichi just to hold that, especially UOIT, knowing that all of RIT's defenders were still on site. There's really not enough time for them to rotate around. and get frags. One thing that we did see in the middle of the round is something that was, I believe, introduced today. Now whenever Twitch or Thatcher hit an Evil Eye, one of Maestro's cameras, it actually opens up halfway, allowing teams to dispose of them without having to bring frag grenades or Zofia or Ash to get rid of them. So
Interesting.
it's definitely a nerf to Maestro, and that we could definitely see that affect how strong of a defender he is.
100%. Yeah, those turrets used to be just guaranteed information. Even just kind of leaving them around and not firing at anything was doing so much work for your team. But now that they're easy to be exposed and destroyed, the defending team's going to have to work a lot harder to defend those evil eyes, especially with a Twitch on the team, like you mentioned. Additionally, something interesting I noticed from the attacking team there was they managed to make the Glaz work by basically setting up the rest of the team as a support for him. Once Glaz managed to get onto that point and protect the bomb, they basically just kept throwing smokes everywhere they possibly could, particularly on the plant site. And it made it incredibly hard for the defending team to discern where the enemy ops were. So Glaz could just kind of get free pickings using his gadget, pick off people as they approached without any real concern about getting snuck up on.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly hard to peek a Glaz through smoke at that tight of an angle and get a kill. And after UOIT securing the first attack win, we will see RIT choose to go CEO off his second floor, bring along the castle. Definitely a pick meant to block out those windows. Appears like I know what they're doing. This is actually a very interesting strat. You don't see terribly often, but is used by some teams. Instead of reinforcing the CEO office itself, they actually leave the skylight stairwell and skylight area back walls unreinforced and use the other site as their main anchor point, which it appears that's what they're doing.
Interesting. All right, we are going to be getting into the attack here. Additionally, it seems like RIT is opting to go for a little bit more aggressive of a defense here. They have pulled out the pulse, and Castle has been known to roam in this league, so we may see a lot more movement from them than we did last round. That said, the attack is starting up their drone, trying to get as much information as physically possible to get into this match. And without that mute to impede them, they're going to be able to get a lot more out of this push.
Yeah, I mean, especially Raichu playing Glads again, all he has to do is, as we're seeing here, rappel up, and then he's got sightlines already. Those castles doing their job and actually blocking off the sightlines, so they will have to deal with that later. RIT doing an efficient job at blocking off his sightlines without having to get him close. He has to get up close now if he wants to get some picks.
Definitely. All right, that said, he is looking to find any of these roamers here. That said, it looks like Pulse and Castle are going to roam a little close to home, opting not to go too far, no runarounds or anything like that. Oh, but Keldav is going to take out red card there. Was unable to see what the effect of that was, but they are making their move onto bomb site here. Keldav on B, trying to set up for the peak. Oh, but not before getting fragged by Mentality. Just, missed that aim barely.
Swapping mags. Yeah, Mentality doing a good hold. Looks like Keldav actually missed him momentarily in his sight, costing him the kill there.
All right.
Arden pushing in from the Vandas and from Skylight will get down and finished off by Rocket.
And it looks like, Beasting Babies gets caught peeking out to try and save his teammate. Mentality firing off yet another shot here. Rocket looking a little worse for wear, hanging out on point, but his team does have a pretty substantial lead. Only Raichi and Wonder remaining. They are making their moves onto site here. Looks like they have been pinged out. Raichi trying to get rid of as many cameras as he can to deny that information, but things are looking dangerous. 20 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to have to make a play, and not sure what they can do here.
Yeah, that's correct. Butzel is downstairs. Rocket will pick up Wonderflow, and Rocket will also pick up Raichi, winning the round for RIT, tying up the score for the second round of this map.
Yeah, that was an incredibly hard situation for the attack. The second you saw the bomb holder go down there, you knew that it's over. Glaz would have been able to defend him if he had just popped down the smokes, because he would have been able to aim through the smoke at the defenders. But the second the bomb holder went down, they recognized, look, either you're going to plant this or you're going to keep shooting at us. There's like 10 seconds left. We're just going to swarm you.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I believe Quetzal on the Valkyrie was still downstairs in archive, so that was had it gone a little south for RT, all he would have had to do is rotate up and just get 1 or 2 frags as they could, easily pinch in. We will see mentality 6 pick from the smoke onto the castle. Definitely, RT's definitely changing up how they're playing this basement. They lost it pretty heavily handedly the first time, but how do you think this different lineup is going to fare for them?
I mean, it's definitely interesting. It looks like they're opting to go for a lot stronger denial here between the Mute and the Jaeger to try and slow things down. I think the Jaeger's an incredibly good choice because once the attackers finally get onto site, they're not going to be able to rely on those smokes anymore, and that's going to make it really hard for Glass to get in on people and really catch them off guard. So all in all, I like it a lot, but it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with things considering what they've lost.
Yeah, I mean, Jaeger has such a high pick rate because he's
There's
pretty much
no
the
reason
only
to
operator.
not pick him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the only operator that can that efficiently just deny smokes. And, seeing how they used, they just supported Raichi with all those smokes the last time they went basement, it's definitely a smart pick. Just to try to negate like 2 or 3 of those smokes can definitely actually turn the round around. And they're actually going to go for a bigger roam game here. They have 4 people upstairs currently. They're actually opting to hold open area along with garage this time.
Interesting, especially considering the team comp. You'd expect them to play a little tighter the home, but the fact that they're moving around shows that maybe they're trying to throw off Ontario's game.
Yeah, I mean, Keldav has already droned them out. UOIT now knows that there is some form of hold in open area. The question is, will they attack it or will they try to just ignore it and go around, maybe opt for a tunnel push instead?
Looks like they are going to be making their play. Glass trying to get some shots off here, get rid of some cameras for his team, and setting up, just doing normal Glass things. You set up camp, and you're there for a little bit. It's the long haul.
Yeah, looking like he's trying to cut off that second floor rotation. Just in case there's anyone second floor. I do not believe RT
Doesn't
has
look like
stationed
it.
anyone up there, though.
Yeah, no, it looks like they're going for a straight first floor hold. But hold that angle, my dude. All right, Valkyrie getting a hold of this hatch here. Excellent rotation setup there. Very smart. All right, looks like they are making their way onto the bomb point here. Hibana blowing out the hatch, trying to find some picks here towards bomb site. But nothing going to stick. But Beasting Baby's going to get the pick onto red card. Excellent catch. Yeah, using the same hatch, no less.
Yeah,
All right.
putting RT down to Romer halfway through the round is definitely going to be advantageous as they're pushing. I don't think Keldav knows that there is a defender right around
literally.
that corner.
He's going to have to be very careful. Those bombs are relatively loud. Castle's going to know where he is. But he does have the support from the back there. All right, finally got eyes on sight. Going to be moving over pretty quick here. As soon as they can find a pick, it looks like they're opting to go for the safe bet. But Arden has got their back, taking out the Rook. Oh, and Raichi brings down Shy. Excellent catches there all around. And it looks like this is in the attack's hands pretty firmly here. Yep, the detonator is being planted. Excellent trade there. Arden going to take another shot down, and it is all up to Mentality, who is still upstairs. Going to have to find his way back down into the den of attackers. Very dangerous situation here. All right, slowly pushing up, trying to find something, but there are definitely some long lines of sight down that hallway. Unfortunately, though, going to get taken down yet again by Raichi, who is just fragging out with this glass.
Yeah, RT's not faring too well on this basement site. They tried switching up a bit. They tried, hard anchoring basement. They tried doing a little bit of roaming, mostly holding that open area spot directly above site. And none of those worked. Actually, UOIT both rounds has won pretty heavy-handedly, just kind of taken out who they needed to take out early to mid round. So when it came down to the final crash at the end, RIT just can't cover all the angles.
100%. Well, and the scoreboard says it all. Ontario just doing such a solid job of enabling Raichi's play here with this glass. I was knocking it earlier, but that DMR is coming in clutch for his team, especially with the addition of smokes coming through to allow him to create that screen so that his team can set up the bomb. Very smart stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he is currently 6-1, so they're really just pretty much playing around RIT. So RIT can definitely swing the round if they were to take out RIT on that glass early on enough so that he can't really influence the round.
That's
We
a
don't see
hard.
him.
That's
It's hard because he
yeah.
plays off, and he doesn't really do much until the last minute.
Exactly.
And that's fine because that's when he needs to.
Yes. And that's going to make it incredibly hard for the defense to try and take him offline, because if they go for any heavy roams, they're intentionally going right into his lines of sight, and if they wait, then he's going to be with the team when that occurs. So it's going to be incredibly tough for them to find a way to solve this problem.
Yeah, I mean, Raichi's doing very well in terms of his patience game. Pretty much just holding back, chilling behind us just like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and then, last second coming in, get all these kills.
All right, looks like Evil Eyes are set up on the bomb site here, just opting to protect A, keep some solid eyes on that push. All right, yeah, they're definitely setting up a lot more information here, going back to the Valkyrie and the Maestro. It looks like, relatively similar to their original team, actually. Yeah, they're going with the same old, same old. It worked the first time, so why not bring it back?
Yeah, they're definitely looking to get their first win on basement here. They've been getting stomped pretty hard down here. They could definitely swing it around. They need to if they want to, come into or have a chance at coming into the halftime swap with the lead.
100%. All right. Looks like Ontario is going to be taking an earlier push here. Raichi already making his way towards the site. Normally he'd hang back just a little bit more, wait for his team to scope out the area, but looks like they're playing aggressive. They're feeling a little more confident here.
I mean, RIT definitely did get in their heads a tiny bit last round, even though they're all downstairs. UOIT, although they're starting to pick up a little bit of speed, definitely took their time droning in at the beginning, knowing that, once they get down to that server CCTV area, they can just do what they did the first round and hopefully get another win.
All right, speaking of doing what they did the first round, looks like Cabana's going to be setting up on the hatches here, and they're going to make their push straight down into the basement from 1F. Yeah, smart stuff. I mean, it worked very well for them last time. They were able to catch quite a few players on RIT's side with those hatches. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, Raichi's sitting here peeking into vault. He's not going to really find anyone, as RIT's not really playing there this time. They're playing more towards CCTV, which Raichi might want to get over there soon, or they might be going for the vault push this time.
Yeah, being a little... Oh, never mind. As I say it, Arden taking an excellent shot onto Rocket here, giving the lead for his team. Oh, but Red Card fires back and gets rid of Raichi. The patience pays off for Smoke. Excellent catch there, tying things up for his team. And the problem child has been dealt with, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a big kill.
All right. That said, looks like Arden is opting to push up to the site with Thatcher, trying to find something here. Quetzal going to take down Keldab, and just like that, the defense has the lead here. Taking some shots off, Shy going to take down Wonder, but Arden firing back with Quetzal. Ontario does have the diffuser back. Red Card going to get rid of Beasting Babies here, and Arden just absolutely fragging out. And it looks like the defenders are going to take the round here as time runs through. You can't do everything.
Yeah, I mean, RIT definitely, there's a small window of time where RIT transitions from holding back with his team to just absolutely shredding through RIT. And that small window of time is when the team UOIT has not quite set up the final push, and that's where RIT took out Raichi, and that actually won them the round. Now that they didn't have glass and they didn't have that smoke and plant support, it was pretty much RIT just had to win their one-on-one fights, and Kaldav just did not have time to play in the.
Well, and not only that, the Ontario is really depending heavily on a frantic last-second push, and so the addition of a character like Smoke coming through allowed them to really deny that plant at the last moment. So losing the glass, in addition to heavy denial of sight, made it incredibly hard for Ontario to bring that back, even with amazing frags from Arden.
Yeah, I mean, looks like UOIT is definitely ready for that second floor CEO hole from RIT, as they are now bringing Buck, which is a change. Usually they bring Cabana. but have opted out to replace Hibana for the verticality that they can get.
The national
honestly,
pride
it's
there.
a smart decision.
The national pride coming through. Yeah, 100%. Bucks, Gadget, incredibly strong at removing those floorboards, finishing off hatches if they haven't been reinforced, and it's going to allow them a lot of verticality in this play, a lot of aiming points onto sight. That's exactly what they want.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the way RIT plays a site differently than other teams do, so Thermite and Hibana aren't actually as useful against how RIT plays this, because usually those back skylight walls, you want to open those up, but RIT doesn't reinforce those. They opt to hold the consecutive blast that Top is sitting in right now. So if Buck can get under there and actually open up the common anchor spots, they can just flush RIT out, and then they have nowhere to hide. It's just easy pickings, especially with Raichi on the glass, just peeking. Pretty much, he doesn't really have to go many places to peek.
All right, setting up the drones here, trying to find something. Information mode activated. Going to be trying to move around second floor, see if they can find any of these roamers coming through. But once again, RIT playing really close to home there. You can tell that they're very strong turtle defense.
Yeah, it looks like they've already got some control of the front lobby. They're already pushing upstairs. There is holes. Shy Jaggle hanging out.
Yeah, it
way
looks like
below and basement.
opting to cover the hatch again in case they decide to make a push through there. But different site. They're not going to be going for the same thing 3 times, Lord knows. Oh, and Keldap going to take a shot off on Rocket, get rid of that Maestro there. Alright, the push begins.
Yeah, Beasting Baby's already opened up one of those castles. Wonderflow misses the frag.
Brilliant frag coming through. Alright, and Raichi is going to be taking down Fatality here. Alright, another little bit of a mid frag there. But he is going to get shots on the site.
Yeah, UOIT making a strong push. Raichi already next to site. They've got tons of pressure. The smoke will go down from Raichi.
Alright, and he has set up, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it time and time again. The bomb is being planted here by Beasting Baby's diffuser coming through. Wonderflow is going to take down Red Card. Another excellent frag there for the attack. The defenders are looking fairly worse for wear here. They're going to have to make their way back on the site to try and get rid of this bomb. Shy coming through, taking out Wonderflow with the Nitro. Oh, and Quetzal finishing off Raichi here. Things looking a little more even. 3-2, ladies and gentlemen, as the roamers make their way back onto site. Gonna have to be careful on this push, though, as the attackers have established themselves fairly well.
Yeah, they're running out of time here to get the diffuser down. Cut out, Will down, and take out Quetzal, leaving it just Shy to win the round. Not looking like he has much time, and Keldav will get the final kill onto Shy, getting the final win for UOIT on attack, putting it at 3-5 going into half, where we will switch sides for both teams.
I mean, it was all in all, it was a strong rotation there for RIT. Like, they did a good job of moving back the second the anchors were gone, but the attackers already had a really, really strong angle on the site. It was really hard to dislodge them like that, so great stuff from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard, especially where they had Raichi set up. It's definitely hard to rotate there unless you want to do a really long rotation and toss a C4 from lobby onto that balcony. But really, there's not much you can do except just push head on and hope you out frag on one-on-one peaks.
Exactly. All right, we're going to be switching over here. RIT now on the attacking side, Ontario defending, and some very wildly different comps here. Oh,
Very
never
different.
mind. Maybe not.
Not as different, but still
Yeah.
slightly different.
All right, yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing the Vigil, Doc, Valkyrie, Rook, and Cade from Ontario, and on the attacking side from RIT, Twitch, Hibana, Zofia, Capital, and Thatcher. All in all, relatively similar teams, now that we're looking at it after the 6 picks have gone through, but with some minor variations here, like the Capital and the Vigil.
Yeah, I mean, Raichi going on the Vigil definitely means he's going to look for some mid to deep roam. He is actually pretty hot in terms of the number of kills he's been getting. So putting him on a roamer can definitely swing many rounds in the favor of UOIT. We will see RIT pick up the Capital, which is the first time we've seen him picked in this series tonight.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see how they use him more as area denial because Ubisoft, they want him to be more of an area denial op than a anchor killer. So I'd like to see them really try to cut off some rotations, especially if they go for that CCTV push.
Well, and that'll definitely help pretty significantly if, like you said, Ontario decides to play with that heavy deep roam, because if Vigil Raichi isn't fast enough on these rotations, he's going to have to deal with a lot of these flame bolts and things like that before he can make it back. So the stall could be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, Mentality already going to catch out Valkyrie in open area / kitchen. So, yeah, they're already doing a good job roam clearing. They've caught out one of the roamers. They just need to move him for the kill. And they're actually roam clearing pretty efficiently, I'd say. It looks like they're going for that Skylight stairwell push. Already taking out the camera.
100%. Yeah, they're going to be making their way down fairly slowly to the bomb after sweeping through all of the roamers they have found. Oh, Rocket really catching some sight lines here. Trying to open things up for his team. Raichi on the move, however. Trying to see something from Executive Hallway here. Oh. Nearly catching the rappel, but not quite at that angle to hit him through the window. Alright, and things are slowing down here just a little bit as they make their push.
Yeah,
Right,
Raichi's definitely going to look for that late game roam, as he's just kind of chilling there by CEO. All he has to do is wait for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, 100%. You wait until the pressure starts, and then you form that nice pincer attack. You catch a lot of people off guard. Shy going to be taking down Raichi. However, it looks like the attackers have flushed out the first roamer, and that leaves them in a dangerous position, because Mentality has already figured out where Keldav is, so the roamers are kind of caught out here. First one's down, second one, they know. Yep, Keldav gonna fire back, though. Get rid of Quetzal here. That said, the attackers are gonna start making their play on these hatches. And they're gonna have to keep an eye out for the Valkyrie, though.
They're also gonna have to keep an eye on the time. With only 1 second left, Shy will take out Keldav. Put it back in favor of RIT. They have 2 hatches open. They definitely can get a good position. Looks like Rocket's gonna try to support Red Card's plant from... No, actually, Mentality has a diffuser in open area.
Alright, Capitan holding up some sightlines, trying to anchor for his team here. Going to be setting up crossbow in just a moment as soon as the enemy team makes their push. It looks like he might actually be trying to displace, like you mentioned earlier. Alright, setting up a smoke screen for his team to set up the diffuser. They're going to have to be really careful here. There's not a lot of spots for Mentality to hide there.
Alright, Red Card cut off that rotation with his incendiary bolts. They're gonna have to wait a second if they want to rotate through that door, but they do have other rotations. Looks like Arden will catch Rocket off guard at the hatch.
Yeah, very unfortunate getting caught out there. Gonna turn it into an even 3v3, and Red Card immediately firing back and getting rid of Wonderflow. Rook is also gonna go down to Shy. Excellent catch, and it is all up to Arden here. And just like that, dangerous situation. Shy finishing him off through the hatch, taking down Arden and winning the round for his team.
Yeah, RIT definitely attacked that very well. They did take a little long of time to roam clear, but it definitely ended up paying back as they managed to open up 2 vital hatches into the CCTV area and have time for Mentality to rotate all the way downstairs and plant in a nice little corner where UOIT really couldn't hit him.
100%. All right, and we're seeing a very volatile game for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like both these teams firing back on the attack. It definitely seems like they're stronger points. We're seeing that now. A lot of adjustments being made. The Nomad coming through, going back to the Glass here, but this time for RIT, and the defense opting to pick up the Bandit and Legion.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to use that Bandit for. I'd assume at the very least electrify those walls in CCTV looking into servers. We will have Red Card 6-pick. Looks like onto the IQ. Trying to actually counter that. Yeah, Raichi on Vigil. That's actually a very good counter. That's a smart pick.
100%. Yeah, no, between IQ and Thatcher coming through, Bandit, it's not even a problem. Like, Don't even worry about that, bro. That said,
Actually, come to think of it, every single defender is technically countered by IQ.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. He sees everything. So long as you can work with the secondary you've got, you're set.
Yeah, that was definitely a high IQ six pick. If you
Oh
will.
my god, you actually said that. Good
I
work,
did.
buddy. I believe in you. All right. It will be interesting to see how they play around this, though. IQ going to be very good for dislodging a lot of these gadgets that it looks like Ontario is going to be trying to use to slow down the enemy team, especially with those Legion and the Bandit. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, with it being a six pick on IQ, Raichi isn't going to know that the IQ is coming, so he can definitely be caught really off guard if not paying attention when he's using his cloaking device.
100%. Right, Valkyrie going to be hanging out in the staff room yet again, trying to chill by kitchen, loving life. I mean, this is relatively where they were last time, and it didn't quite work out for them. They ended up getting flushed out just a little early, but they did manage to get some kills beforehand. It'll be interesting to see if the attack can find them yet again, or if things will go their way this time.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely taking their time again, real clear. They know someone's bound to be second floor, at the very least first floor. They ran into it last time. They're going to take their time and do it again.
Definitely, yeah. Shy slowly making their way up here, trying to find some semblance of the defending team. But, Raichi just hanging out by the stairway, trying to keep an eye out on the lobby for his team. There's no reason at all for him to rush things here. The best way he could play this vigil right now is to just wait for the push to occur and then sneak up on the enemy team and clear it as much as he possibly can, especially with that glass online.
It looks like he actually took some pot shots towards Quetzal. Did not connect any. Quetzal will see him, however, run into the back stairwell by open area.
Not land a shot. Making his way through the skylight here to try and find Vigil, but Raichi making his escape. Oh, but Rocket is going to catch Keldab there, getting caught in kitchen yet again. Dangerous situation for the defense now. Suddenly short a roamer, and the attack is definitely going to start pushing in.
Yeah, I mean, they have pretty much 100% control of every floor that's not the basement. And definitely. Now that they have that hatch open, they're extended their zones of control all the way down onto site already. Definitely. Having that hatch open. As Raichi actually will take down Quetzal, taking out the glass, and Shy will get the refrag onto Raichi, putting it back in RIT's favor.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a solid situation, but the refrag is going to keep the attack in that lead there. They're just waiting on the Hibana to push their way onto the point. Looks like they're staying relatively grouped up here, recognizing that they do have the numbers advantage in this situation. All right, pushing their way onto A. Clearing out that little bit of barbed wire. Trying to find something.
Yeah, they're low on time with only 13 seconds left. They're going to have to
big time.
Make this plant right here.
100%. Oh, and Beasting Baby's going to take advantage of the situation to frag out Mentality and Red Card. Rocket going to fire back, but they are out of time, ladies and gentlemen. Ontario going to take another round here as RIT hesitates.
Yeah, those 2 kills onto the planning push pretty much just sealed UOIT's fate to win this that round right there. So we will have UOIT after winning that swap up to CEO second floor. Red Card is bringing the buck. It looks like we're going to get a similar lineup to the previous plus the buck. We'll see Raichi on the pulse. Do you think he's going to use the verticality he has with the C4 here, or is he just going to go more for roam potential?
Well, and, going back to last round, RIT definitely made a dangerous gamble there. At the 50-second mark, they started to drone out the site before they moved in to see if they could catch on to any anchors so they could displace them without getting caught like that. But they weren't able to find the information they needed, and as a result, they had to make that push, and that's what caused them to lose those 2 players so easily. Beasting Babies holding down the line of sight, was not seen by those drones, and just sealed out those ops real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a very close round. came down the wire, as more and more of these rounds will do, as we come closer to possibly send this map into overtime. It's been pretty much back and forth all game here.
100%. Yeah, very, very close. I expect this to be a game 3 situation.
Yeah, does look like UOIT is defending the site in a more traditional sense. They're reinforcing the CEO back walls in the skylight. They're putting the castles to block off any long sight lines from the rappel outside through the bank windows and lobby. And this is gonna be a pretty common hold. They don't have any they don't have Bandit or Kite or anyone to stop mentality from breaching into those back walls, however.
All right, RIT gonna start up their push here in just a minute, opting to go for a relatively same team comp that they had last time. You know, the exception being the Buck here. Ooh, I'm tired, man. Long day. Yeah. All right.
RT is going to be contested in open area. Actually, no, they're actually just shooting at nothing, though. They do see someone is in kitchen. Question is, will they push and will they fall back? Looks like UOIT opting to stay in kitchen. However, kill that will pick up Shy. The Nomad already down early in the round.
Yeah, you know the attack's going to be feeling that. That said, managing to get the refrag here onto Keldat is Quetzal. That's going to save their chances, because if they were one down, they were going to have to slow down the push immensely there. Really find the time to take out those roamers. It would have been a very dangerous situation, especially considering how, when things have gone down to the wire, it hasn't really gone RIT's way.
Yeah, now that that's not necessarily much of an even trade there, because Castle already placed down his utility. However, Shy cannot watch his team back with those air jabs anymore. Wolf Rocket, however, in the meantime, peeking into Archives. RIT still taking their time. Ooh, will pick up Raichi. RIT is looking towards the fact that they might have this round. There's still a minute and 25 to go, but they do have control of Skylight, which is very vital to attack this site.
Big time. All right, they are slowly making their push up here. IQ looking for something from elevator onto stairway. And it looks like they're going to opt to drone things out yet again. They've got a minute left. They want to take advantage of as much information as they possibly can before they make their play.
Yeah, I mean, they see the evil eye. They know their push, and they have to execute it. They see, looks like they have an opportunity to get a kill here. Beasting Baby's looking like he's going to, he will fall back.
Ooh,
and will
yeah.
get picked up by Rocket.
Excellent.
Down the hallway.
Some
That
excellent
was
coordination. Oh my god. Yeah, just flushing out Beasting Babies there from the elevator and sealing out the character. Nice stuff.
Arden will pick up a kill. He will pick up 2 kills on a Rocket and Mentality. Putting it at an even game. The diffuser is down. He has control of it.
Arden with another.
It looks like UOIT might actually take out this round.
Insanity. And ladies and gentlemen, it is all up to Redding now. The Buck going to be coming through, going to have to make his way up the stairs to try and find this diffuser. The defenders now have eyes on the diffuser, and firefight will ensue.
Yeah, Record only has 7 seconds to pick up the diffuser. Either kill 2
yeah,
or get
that's
the plan,
game
and
over.
Arden will pick up the final kill. That was...
There's only so much you can do in 7 seconds.
Yeah, that was very well played.
Oh my gosh, yeah, 100%. Down to the wire. It definitely looked to be in RIT's favor, but those frags from Arden absolutely coming through and giving them control of the diffuser, which put Buck in an incredibly bad situation at that ending there. Red card, just unable to do everything at once. Get rid of 2 ops, plant the diffuser, etc.
Yeah, I mean, that Doc's definitely one of the operators I consider a clutch operator with his stems. He could just heal himself back up and just re-peek. And that's what he did. He stemmed himself, peeked, got a kill, got another kill, and ended up with a nice 4K, winning the round for UOIT, sending it to 5-3. RIT's in danger of actually losing the first map when we thought it was going to go back and forth. It's not looking as close as it used to be.
100%. Looks like we will be seeing the switch to the Caveira there, the Caveira from Raichi. Very interesting choice here. Why do you think they're going for that?
I mean, they do have a round to spare now that they are up 2 instead
That's
of up
fair.
1. So they might be looking to take chances, stuff RIT wouldn't expect.
I mean, Kavira is definitely a chance.
Yeah, not having Jackal is definitely gonna hinder their ability to track Cav at all. And one interrogation can, if RIT's not careful in their roam game, one interrogation could pretty much wipe out their chance of winning this map.
Definitely fair. All right, now how's their setup looking here? Relatively standard.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, your standard
Low.
setup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, honestly, you know, this is looking pretty standard from both teams. You've got your classic reinforcements. Not UOIT seems to be they seem to play, you know, your usual strats, and they know how to play them well, and that's the key, is knowing how to play your strats well, whether they're the meta strats or some random strat you came up in practice.
All right, the droning is coming through. The match has, at this point, started 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Looks like RIT is taking an extra little bit of time to try and figure out what the setup is here on the defense. He's opting to go with a much more roam-heavy approach than we have seen in the past with this Kavira and the Vigil.
Yeah, they're gonna have to take out two hard roamers here.
Yes.
And that might not be an easy task considering how
Unless they pick off Eldav.
Eldav.
Oh, such an unfortunate pick there from Ontario, but you know, RIT with an excellent catch there. They have such an opportunity now.
Yeah, with the only roamer left being Raichi on the Cav, they don't have as much to worry about as they used to. And actually, Raichi's hanging out downstairs, looking to get a pick on someone in the skylight area.
Scanning for electronics.
The RIT really slowing down their push. They know they have the advantage, but they still have to worry about RIT. Red card's starting to open up from above into archives. Not finding anyone quite yet, but open up some long sight lines.
Oh, but gets
with
caught
the
by the
C4.
C4. Excellent catch there from Wonderflow. Saw him going for the key a little too fervently, but Arden going to take down Quetzal as well. Looks like the defense is absolutely firing back here.
Yeah, you always do a really good job at turning this around. They still have Raichi just roaming out. They have RT's Rocket pushing up, but as a one man, how much can he do here against a few anchors?
You know, I'm not entirely sure, and it looks like that is why he's opting to wait a little bit. Oh, but catches Beasting Babies on his way back to site. Excellent catch there from Rocket, taking that opportunity to bring the defending team one other man down. And it is even now, ladies and gentlemen. Rocket setting up a Claymore now that he knows his opponents know where he is. Hibana pushing her way onto site here. Mentality making her way down. And Raichi just still chilling out around CCTV.
Yeah, Raichi has a chance here to actually get multiple frags. Wonderful will take up Mentality as Shy returns fire, not finding anyone.
Oh, bad situation for the attack here. They are on site, but they are still a man down. Oh, and Arden gonna catch Shy on the flick. Excellent catch there.
Looks like, yep, UOIT looks like wins this map, actually.
Yeah, excellent stuff there. I believe that was not their map, right? RIT picked Bank.
I believe. Yep, RIT did pick Bank. And that's...
No, Ontario picked Bank.
Okay, UOIT picked Bank. So that actually, you know, it's their map. Now the question is, can RIT hold their map? I mean, this was very close.
100%. And you
like-
know RIT is going to be going into the next match with a lot more confidence. So they know their map a lot better, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh,
looks
heck
like
yeah.
UOIT is opting to take their 5-minute break. So we will have 5 minutes before we go into the next map, which I believe is Villa and is RIT's map. So what do you think RIT has to change in order to win this map and send it to map 3?
I mean, I think that change would be kind of a harsh word here. They were relatively close on both of these matches. A lot of it just came down to some bad situations coming through. Things like Arden getting some really insane frags on pickups after they were moving in so well. I think the additional information could probably help them out, you know, dislodging those anchors a little more effectively. But all in all, RIT isn't doing bad. And if this is their map, which is going to be, Villa, they're likely going to be going into this with a pretty strong advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen RIT play Villa probably maybe 3 times by now. I know they'd like RIT. I find on a lot of maps likes their strategies to not be the most meta thing, and that works for them a lot because you have teams practice against the basic strategies. The strategies you're going to see most often, and here RIT comes pulling out a strategy that you don't see as often. That can be enough for the attackers to have to take 30-40 seconds to figure out what they're going to do to push, and those 30-40 seconds can make a lot of difference when you only have 10 seconds left to plant and you're scrambling to get the last 1 or 2 anchors. If you smoke up still, then it really becomes a toss up. So those extra strategies that I know they have can definitely, come into play a lot here. I do agree with what you said. Last RIT's not doing anything wrong. Neither team. I mean, obviously, teams are going to make mistakes, and that happens. But they're not getting outstratted. It's more like Arden taking a 4K on Doc. There's not much you can do against that.
Exactly. The macro level of play is incredibly strong. It's all going to boil down to what happens in these moment-to-moment situations. So I don't think there's any dedicated counter pick or option they could go with that would absolutely destroy Ontario or anything like that. It's all going to be a matter of how they figure things out in these small situations where they need those frags.
Yeah, I mean that can just come down to the
Just
big thing
get
RIT
good.
has to take out as they have to not lose momentum because UOIT won that map 6-3 when it was back and forth throughout, and that map's already gone. That map's behind you. You have to put that behind you and realize we're going on Villa. This is our map. We have to win this, and they definitely can. That game could have easily have gone a 7-6 win for either team.
Oh, almost certainly.
I
Oh,
wouldn't be
wow.
surprised if we have a 7-6 game tonight.
Heck yeah. Dang. Thanks, Nintendo. They just dropped news about a lot of stuff right now, and I'm here casting. Life is good. Apparently, for anyone who is interested in Smash Brothers, Joker is coming out tomorrow, which
Ooh.
is really exciting for a lot of people, myself included, and I will definitely be taking the time as soon as this is over to geek about that. There will probably be a lot of screaming and giggling.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Nintendo, we're about to switch over our maps here and so yeah, I'm sorry, I had to take the chance.
No, that was solid. Dude,
Yeah.
I will never knock you for making a pun. I think that it is super lame, these people who are like, oh, puns are so dumb and all that. Puns are clever, man. That takes a lot of thought into it. That's smart wordplay right there. Come on. I don't know. All right, we are going to be getting into the match in just a minute here. It looks like people are starting to ready up. I hope to God. Thing about these 5-minute breaks, ladies and gentlemen, is they go slow as heck when you're on the mic.
Oh yeah, I mean 5 minutes goes by pretty quick in game. Well, it's more like 3 minutes because that's how long I cannot speak. Long rounds are because that's a lot of action in a small amount of time. Especially that last minute seems to go by in 15 seconds.
100%. Yeah, I mean it's been an hour right now. It's 10 o'clock. We started at 9. That match felt like 10 minutes, not even, but that little break feels like the rest of the hour. All right, we're going to be getting into the next banning phase here, ladies and gentlemen. UOIT will be going first from the defending side. RIT opting to attack first on their map. All right, we're going to be seeing what bans come through. Now, what are you thinking here for this map?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there are any must ban operators. I mean, Jackal. This is this is a roam map, and UOIT defending first. Banning that Jackal could hurt RIT in their in their roam clear game. RIT will, however, opt to ban Glaz.
I
can definitely see that being a counter pick to RIT.
100%. I mean, the Glaz was the workhorse of Ontario's attack. And so coming into the next round after the switch, that is going to be huge. That said, RIT also banning through the Mira, doesn't want to deal with it. I mean, makes sense considering last round. They wanted to get rid of that early too. I see no complaints here.
Yeah, I mean, Mira turns sites like Aviator Games Room into, potentially a better site depending on how you play her there. And
Into
just taking
Death
that out
Zone.
means it's easier to win one of the best sites on the map.
Exactly.
UOIT taking their time to decide what they're banning for defense as they're
Probably
starting
Echo.
on offense. Probably.
No.
Nope, they will ban
Looks
Valkyrie.
like they're going
actually.
for the Valkyrie. Very interesting choice there. I mean, we did see quite a lot of Valkyrie play coming through from RIT. They really liked having access to that high information gameplay. So it is a pretty strong target ban, but it does leave that Echo open. And considering how down to the wire a lot of these matches have ended up going, that could end up coming back to bite them.
Yeah, I mean, that having that Echo up is definitely brutal to play against when, as you said, it's like 15 seconds left. You have to plant. Echo can pretty much just shut you down. You're not going to have a chance to plant. And if you do, you're going to have 1 second left. And the second you take your finger off the F key, you lose the round. So it forces you into situations you don't want to be. However, speaking of that, they actually will not opt to take Echo. Instead, picking up a Frost. And they will six pick onto Echo. Yep. Of course.
You thought we were actually going to play Frost? Never. Frost and then not Legion. Imagine.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. All right, yeah.
Honestly, every time I say they're not going to pick a meta operator, they just pick onto it. So I should.
Of course. Why wouldn't they? That's like, I gotta say, Ontario is a very smart team, but that's like the least baity bait I've ever seen. Like, oh, they're gonna pick Frost.
I mean, I could definitely see Frost being used on statuary.
It does, yeah.
Spot.
It does work, but usually you want someone who can combo fairly well with Frost, and this team doesn't really look set up to do that.
Yep,
I agree.
like
maybe Alibi, but like that's the only thing I could really think of.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely gonna have to play around not having a mirror for the site. This mirror does help stop that study push and that balcony push, but they have that echo cam in there. That Yaokai just chilling. That's definitely gonna help them see where they're going. Shy misses the window.
Gonna go ahead and punch some bricks. God, that's gotta hurt.
I mean, he is from RIT. He sees bricks every day, so I don't blame him.
All right, gonna be setting up, trying to break through these castle walls here, find their way onto the site. Oh, but it looks like Shy opting to rotate around. It is a bit of a bait here, trying to catch the defending team off guard. Looks like not gonna find any points though. He managed to bait them though, so props. You get brownie points.
Looks like they're opting to go all the way from base. They're really just trying to roam clear. Or just take, long ways that don't really require them to push from the outside.
Alright, yeah, this slow push should work fairly favorably for them. That said, Rocket is holding down the main hallway very well here, holding a lot of strong points.
Not sure if he knows that Raichi is down the hall, though.
Actually, he's gonna find out pretty quick.
Yeah, this is gonna look like our first firefight of the match here.
Raichi might get this pick. Ooh, he's gonna have to be very careful. Oh, and unfortunately, Rocket gonna get taken down there. Just a little too haphazard with his movement. That said, Shy is gonna refrag onto Keldev. Excellent catch there, getting rid of the alibi. But excellent stuff from Raichi.
Yeah, they're really droning Raichi out. He is gonna have to take down 2 members from the RT right here. Will not going to go on to Shy as he will pick up the frag onto Raichi. Putting it back in RIT's favor. Taking out their roamers. All they have to do is push onto site now.
That was a really smart bait from the attacking team there. Shy and his teammate, I didn't get to see who it was, using that drone to try and lure Raichi out and then immediately catching him off guard as he tried to chase it down. Smart stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he was really pinned in that laundry room. There really wasn't any place he could go. We already have red card actually right next to site. Against some long angles, will peek behind Game's desk, not finding anyone. Only 30
but he
seconds
might
left in the
soon.
round.
Looks like the defenders are pushing up slightly here. Gonna have to be careful with that peek. Oh, but red card unable to get the frag onto Doc. He is going to take the chance to heal himself up just a little bit before throwing some flash grenades. And 13 seconds left on the clock. The attacking team's going to have to make this push. Oh, but they lost the diffuser. And just like that, the defending team has descended upon them, fragging out 100%, sealing out the round. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have Doc with that ACOG there. Just shots just missing his head on that last kill cam right there. However, RIT was really got funneled into one or two doorways, which, as that site does. I wonder why they didn't have, their thermite go and open up some of those walls, which definitely would have helped. They had, they had the map control. They easily could have gone and done that.
Yeah, I mean, they
But
just kind of bunched up and walked down the same hallway. I swear I could hear Ride of the Valkyries coming through as the defenders just kind of shredded into them. Excellent round there from Ontario.
Yeah, that was definitely a good hold. Being down that many, just having their anchors, as they did last game, just hold down, get a few final kills there, and a lot of these rounds are actually ending because the diffuser's down and the attacking team can't get to it with 10 seconds left. And, there's not much you can do with 10 seconds.
Exactly. Especially not with how many defenders were up at that time. It's just kind of the round.
Yeah, 10-second 1v4 is not the most favorable.
Not easy.
I'll
Just
tell you
throw a
that.
frag and hope they all line up.
Honestly, that's
Free.
probably the only thing you can do. Unless you somehow manage to play glass and get a collateral 4K.
Oh my god, 4 birds, 1 stone. Nice and easy. Alright, that said, we are seeing a switch here from the defense as well. Looks like they're opting to go for the Jaeger here this time. How do you think that'll help them out with this defense? Besides being Jaeger.
Yeah, last time they actually didn't really have to deal with smokes that much, but having Jaeger, besides the fact that he's a really good gun and he's just a really good operator, being able to potentially block smoke grenades, Zophia's impacts, that can definitely be very vital. As we saw, Sophia actually use those to definitely try to weaken out their roamers.
100%. I love it. Every 20 minutes or so, my monitor just cuts out and I have to guess what's happening. Excellent stuff. Oh, Quetzal nearly catching a frag there. It looks like he is going to mark off.
The exact same thing.
Yeah, it really sucks. All right, Nikeldev is going to get smoked out by a drone, forcing him to try and shift positions. Very dangerous stuff. Oh, and he's going to get caught off by Quetzal coming through from the hallway. Very unfortunate situation for him there.
Yeah, RIT's actually... we didn't see much of this last game, but RIT's actually very efficient here. Not even just flushing out the roamers just to get them moving, but flushing out the roamers to spots where they're gonna die no matter what they do.
Oh, and speaking of which, Wine Cellar going to be very dangerous for Raichi here as he gets caught by a drone. Gonna have to make his way up the stairs, and the dreaded bots just keep following him. Manages to frag out Shy, but there's another person waiting down the hall for him. Oh, making his way up back to the bomb site. A very dangerous situation for Raichi, but he manages to make it out. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, here's RT's push UOIT all onto site. RT is map control now. They can really push from wherever. Looks like they're opting to probably go back outside and push from master now that they have control. Probably possibly use mentality's exothermic chargers to get into that bedroom area.
100%. All right, yeah, the ball is in their court. Let's just hope they don't drop it again. Their roam clear has been spectacular. It's all going to be a matter of how they get onto this point, though. Quetzal going to be taking down Raichi, and that is it for the roamers, ladies and gentlemen. The attack is hands-free on this. They got every chance in the world to get this push.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping them currently. Quetzal is pushing up. Gonna meet Wonderflow, and we'll get the frag.
Yeah, excellent flick there, catching off guard. Oh, but not able to finish off Beasting Babies, hiding behind the statue there. That is the Dox, who's going to be selling nice and healthy. Oh, but not before going down to Rocket. And the attack is in firm advantage here. It's all up to Arden to try and slow things down.
Yeah, he has the angle to get some headshots with only 10 seconds left of the round.
Oh
The
my god,
diffuser
he's
is
going to stop the
have
defuse.
mentality.
Wait, no, he's
Oh,
not close enough. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Some funky magnetism gonna put him in a bad situation, and RIT has planted the diffuser. Very unfortunate for Arden there. Manages to get the frag onto Rocket. Oh, but not before going down to mentality. You know he's got to be feeling that one.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't blame him. It's hard to tell what's above you and what's not. So when you're in a room such as that where the ceiling isn't completely flat, it's really a hit or miss whether you're going to hit a beam or not.
Well, not only
And
that, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, you can't blame him for that. He actually played that fairly well. I think what RT really shined on this round compared to the last is how effective they were at roam clearing and then
Oh my
utilizing
God.
that roam clear to just push in however they wanted.
It gives me anxiety, man, seeing them roam clear. Seeing those drones is like the Jaws shark. The second you start running, you get just kind of clamped up in their jaws. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is their map, so they definitely know all the nooks and crannies that roamers might sit in and that where to push them out and how to get them there. Speaking of roamers, we will have Raichi take that cav up again. I believe that's the second, I think maybe the third time we've seen him take Raichi in this series tonight. Or,
Yeah,
not Raichi.
we knew what you
Cannot
meant.
pick himself
Don't you
as a
worry.
player.
Dude, I wish. I want to play Raichi. Nah, but yeah, I mean, it's an interesting choice. The Cav didn't really work for him the last round, I want to say, but it could work a little bit better here, especially being able to quiet step. It might make it harder for him to flush out from the defending or the attacking point.
Yeah, I mean, he tried Vigil, and RIT managed to push him out. Although it was a trade, or he did get refragged, so
Yeah.
he did get the 1-for-1 kill. But the drones are just too effective to be countered by Vigil alone. So taking Cav and be able to just like run around silently might be the better move.
Part of me wants to see them throw in a mute too, considering how much the information gain has been working out for RIT. I mean, it wouldn't help too much on the roaming standpoint, but it could still do something for them. That said, going to try and make it work with what they've got here. Opting to go for the Legion too, to try and slow things down a little bit more. They did almost have the stall last time. Maybe this will help.
Yeah, I mean, Legion definitely gets exponentially stronger the longer he stays alive, as those goo mines just stack up in so many doorways, and it gets to the point where you really just can't enter the room without getting something in your foot.
All right.
Frontal we'll pick up some of these
Flaws.
goo mines already.
Goo mines. Dang, they all look the same for me. I need to get a new prescription on my glasses. It was cane charges? Heck
Ooh.
yeah. Get wrecked, open
I need to
Shire.
get new glasses apparently.
Dude, I got eagle vision.
So he will not finding the second one. Almost getting it. RIT definitely taking their time. It's a minute 30, halfway through the round. They haven't found a roamer yet, and that can definitely hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, Raichi, that silent step definitely helping him out. He's playing relatively far from sight, too. Oh, and as we say it, Shy, gonna get the catch onto Beasting Babies, getting rid of that dock. But he is playing relatively far from sight, and it's helping him stay alive a lot longer. Wonderflow gonna get a catch onto Rocket. Quetzal getting the refrag onto Wonderflow. And the trades are happening. Raichi's gonna have to make his way back to the point relatively soon here.
Cloud is going to have to deal with that wall just opened. Shy pushing in. Probably going to have a chance to get 1 or 2 kills. Definitely. We'll pick up Cloud Raichi will get the refrag onto red card.
Excellent catch, and it is 2-3 here. The defender's at a disadvantage. Raichi with barely a bit of health to his name, and Mentality has started planting the diffuser. This is a dangerous situation for Ontario. Arden tries to get the shots off, but unable to secure. Manages to catch the Mentality, though. He is going to have to make his way towards the bomb site, though. Air jab coming through.
Ooh.
Raichi getting the knife onto Shy. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. The counter defuse coming through from Arden, and the defense have done it. They managed to bring it all the way back, and with a knife, no less. Excellent catch there from Raichi.
Yeah, that was definitely yeah, Raichi, played smart. Realized he couldn't do that much early in the round, especially with how much RIT drones. Decided to wait it till they're a bit more vulnerable towards the end of the round. Getting a flank, getting a nice frag, putting it at an even game, and ended up winning the round with the help of the Kaid on the site.
Surprise cav out of nowhere can really catch you off guard sometimes. Looks like the defenses or the attack is opting to go for a little bit of a switch here, taking the Capital back from last game and opting to go for the Dokebi now as well. Try and get a little more CC so they can slow down Raichi and the other roamer a little better.
Yeah, I mean, UOIT also has not been taking mute on this, so that counter of being able to just stand on the mute jammers is not going to actually come into play here. We will have killed out switch 6-pick from Echo onto Maestro and Mentality from Thermite onto Hibana. Do you think they might utilize those reinforced walls and study more this time than they did previous?
Maybe. You know me, I am absolutely great when it comes to map composition. That's like the one thing that I know. So I can definitely tell you that that might happen.
Yeah, I mean, for those who are not too familiar with this map, we're currently seeing Maestro and Doc standing and study, and those that L-shaped wall in the northwest corner is usually you have either some hard reach denial and possibly a mirror window or two there, and that pretty much prevents a push from that area and balcony. However, with Quetzal on IQ and Mentality on the Hibana, they could just safely open that up from the first floor and from balcony and get some sight lines and really punish the anchor game that UOIT looks to be playing here.
All right, looks like the push is beginning yet again here, ladies and gentlemen. Quetzal going to be taking things relatively slow, breaching through that castle wall to try and bait out the opponent yet again. I mean, we saw this earlier, didn't quite work out for him. That said, they are going to be going long this time. Quetzal going through basement. I like this plan. I mean, Seller helped him out quite a bit last time. I think it's a smart choice. But it looks like the defense might be waiting for him this time.
Yeah, Raichi is booking it. And Optal hold out in art storage. Just gotta, wait RT out just like he did last time. It could definitely really benefit his team if he can get a late flank.
100%. Yeah, those frags will be key once it gets down to the wire. Shine making their way up the stairs here, back stairs, trying to find something. All right, getting rid of some cameras here. It looks like they have swept through. Didn't manage to find Raichi, but they are setting up some air jabs for when he eventually makes his way back up to try and stop the bomb. Trying to slow down that rotation best they can. I like that option a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely beats having to roam clear the entire basement. Definitely saved them a good 20 seconds there. Shy will take some shots, kind of like from objective.
Absolutely.
Into Master. Not too much going on. Still a minute and a half left in the round. Looks like they're actually
playing a game of pool. I mean, they got time. This is just the anchor life here. You're sitting in games for the next 2 minutes. You might as well play some billiards while you're at it.
Yeah, I mean, they know pretty much RIT is choked in the statuary trophy area. Actually, their entire team is really just chilling there. Raichi has the opportunity for a really big flank as Rocket will take down Wonderflow as the castle on the first kill for this site.
Get back into the edge here. Capital throwing a smoke onto the site, and Mentality will start planting the diffuser in the corner here. Smart stuff, using those smokes to try and slow things down. Massive shootout here. Arden got to take down Mentality. Quetzal finishing off Arden, and Rocket taking down Beasting Babies. They will have to replant now. The defenders are making their way up as Capital tries to hold the angle for the diffuser. Oh, but Raichi comes up from behind and manages to steal out red card here. Dangerous situation for the attackers. That said, Raichi gonna have to turn around to seal off things. Oh! Quetzal taking down Keldev.
Going off. Never mind.
Very well. No, it's still a 2v1 situation. Quetzal trying to protect this bomb. This is a dangerous situation for Raichi here. Does know where the enemy team is, but is very low on health and is playing his Cav, which means he's not going to have that much damage off. That said, manages to get the down onto Quetzal here. It is a 1v1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, under rock. My bad. Alrighty.
All of like Raichi actually quite knew where the diffuser was. Not sure if he was going for just realizing he might have been out of time, and just going for the second to last kill he would need there. But that was definitely down to the wire there. That is tying up our map so far. So whoever wins this, it's all up to UOIT to win Aviator Games. We're gonna bring them ahead going into halftime for this map.
100%. Now, as we saw in the last game, attacking is definitely both of these teams' strong suit. So it is going to be very imperative that RIT does well on this round, because I fully expect Ontario to come back swinging, and to get a lot of damage off. And a lot of rounds off on the attack. It's going to be very interesting to see how things go. I think this is going to be the pivotal match here, Dopenchar.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, RIT, I know for a fact, does have a fair amount of strategies for their defense here that differ from the usual meta strats. They are opting to take Blackbeard, red card, opting to grab that rifle shield here. That's definitely a different pick from what we've seen any of these teams play so far.
Oh, 100%. How do you think it'll help them out here? I know they've got a pretty decent amount of windows, especially on the B site. They're going to be able to see things, but I don't know.
I think this is definitely, I think this is a smart pick. They're realizing that some of the rounds they've lost have been tight angles, just being held by, Doc, by Kide, by Maestro. Those anchors with those ACOGs, they can hold tight angles that pretty much prevent RIT from entering. So the second you have Blackbeard, you get, even if it's just like half a second of extra time, that's enough time to lock onto someone's head and get the frag, when normally you would die without that shield. So
I mean, it's the easy solution. If you're getting shot a lot, just pick the guy who can't get shot a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to help them get those peaks, those tight angles on subjective.
100%. Yeah, alright. Looks like they're going to be joining things out relatively quick here. Trying to figure something out. Alright, looks like they might be...
hatches open, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they are opting to switch things up. It seemed as though Shy was planning on going to cellar, but now that they know hatch is open, they're making a bit of a push down in the hallway instead.
Yeah, they're trying to find Raichi, although Raichi's already rotate to the next stairwell. Looks like Shy might know.
Oh, maybe not.
Raichi.
That's a big pick there. 100%. Yeah, Raichi has 100% been a thorn in their side with these late pushes. So getting rid of him means that they're going to have relatively free reign if they can just push their way towards the site.
I mean, we talked about this being a big round right here, and having Raichi down already doesn't mean RIT's going to win, but that does give them a little bit of breathing room, as Raichi pretty much put pressure on them the entire time they're attacking the site last round. So now they don't have to deal with that. They have a minute and a half left. They have pretty much they have entire map control. They can do whatever here. They can open up vault. They can open up study. They have the power.
100%. Yeah, a multi-angled attack would be very disastrous for Ontario. That said, they have a full team, well, next to full team, sans Raichi, on the site. It is going to be pretty smart for them to get dislodged here. It's all going to boil down to how RIT uses this minute to open up some opportunities for themselves. And just like that, Shy getting a shot onto Keldath here, bringing it down to a 5v3. Oh, and those angles coming in clutch, just as you said. Red card taking out Beasting Babies, and things looking to be firmly in the grasp of RIT. Arden fires back and takes out Quetzal, but red card refrags Arden, and just like that, red card getting fired off too. But the attacker is going to seal things out. Yeah, that one pick just spelled disaster for the defense there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really weird site, and the fact that it's probably one of the very few sites in the game where you can just stick 5 people on it and just win without. You could just let them push and win because there's very few angles for them to push from on attack, and if you can shut those down, then it really. We've seen RIT before attacking that site really get choked. They did that the first round they attacked it, but they learned taking that Blackbird actually really helped get that
That
pick
was
behind
brilliant.
Games Bar. And as we mentioned, that pick on Raichi early on was super big because they have entire map control. They're literally 40 seconds in the match, and they're like, okay, we could just walk up to site and start attacking and take their time, which they did.
Definitely. All right, we're going to be seeing the six pick onto Cav from Quetzal this time. We have rotated, so now Ontario will be defending RIT on the attack. And, team comp's looking fairly similar all in all. We're not seeing too much diversity this round or this match.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely playing, comfortable strategies that they know. Looks like RIT not opted for anything too out of the ordinary for the site. Going for your traditional hold. Maybe looking for a little bit more roaming than UOIT then, having Jaeger and Cav. But the other three we could definitely expect them to stay.
100%. They are gonna have to be very careful though if they do decide to roam relatively heavily, as the defense or the attack does have that Capitao online, and as you mentioned earlier, he is very good at just denying entry and controlling space. So once the attack does manage to make their way onto the bomb site, if they get that diffuser down, it's going to be very dangerous for the defense.
Yeah, I mean, once you have the diffuser down as Capital, all you have to do is like take 20 steps back and then just wait a few seconds, shoot it with an incendiary. Wait a few more seconds, shoot it with incendiary. Especially because I believe the diffuse timer on this is 7 seconds. You don't have enough time to diffuse in those flames unless you want to, die. Looks like Kildav is expecting a peek from Master Bedroom. Not going to find one because no one is there. UIT, taking their time entering the building.
And no one has really been going for any spawn peaks. There's not been a lot of aggressive play in this match. Even the roam-heavy comps have been relatively patient and opted to slow down until maybe the 1-minute mark to make their play. It's been very interesting all in all, especially considering some of the teams we see in this league that'll just go balls to the wall and really push their way out with these runouts, these spawn peaks, trying to catch everyone off guard as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, these are both patient teams. They both play meticulously in terms of where they're roam clearing, how they're roam clearing, how they're roaming, and when they roam. Actually, roaming is one thing, but learning when to actually make your push. And if you do it too late, your anchors are all dead. If you do it too early, you don't catch the enemy off guard. And really, it's these guys, especially people like Raichi and like Quetzal, they know when to roam and when to make their push, and it's just really fun actually just watching them and how they plan their attacks.
Definitely. All right, looks like they are going to be moving on from second floor relatively quick here. Capital trying to set up some claymores here to slow down the rotation from the roamers. And Arden already on point here. Catches the Legion. Excellent hit onto Mentality there. Good frag. Gonna have to get rid of that Goon Mine relatively soon though.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Picking up the frag on a Mentality and then immediately walking out of the room like, I'm done here. I did my job. Will actually get taken down by Shy.
Right. It looks like, yeah, Shy opting to play on point and proving us wrong here. Looks like RIT is opting to stay relatively close to home. And Beasting Baby's going to take down Rocket. Excellent catch.
Yeah, they have hatch open. Looks like, vault open. We're going to use the new change to Maestro and actually take out that Evil Eye right there. They have to push. They have to set up.
Ooh, and I don't know if you saw it, but Quetzal's hanging out from behind the enemy team here. Gets a frag off onto Wonderflow, but not before getting fired off by Raichi. Excellent catch. Red card going to get the refrag onto Beasting Babies. And it is a 2v2 now, ladies and gentlemen. 16 seconds. The attackers are going to have to plant, and Red card is holding an angle here. All right, smoke's coming through. Oh, but Red card catching both Raichi and Kildav through the smoke. Excellent catch from the defenders.
Wow, that was... If that's not really good crosshair placement, I don't know what is. The smoke goes down, you can't see anything, but he was smart enough to put the crosshair at head level, knowing RIT's going to,
100%.
or sorry, knowing UOIT's going to have to rush in there, and just all you have to do is left click, and then you get 2 kills. That was very smart play right there.
Yeah, excellent catch all in all there. Definitely working out for his team, especially considering how close that was. If they had managed to get that through the smoke, it would have been a very bad situation for the defense. The tables would have 100% been turned. So those frags definitely helped them out there. And RIT coming in clutch. I mean, we said this was their map, and it's definitely showing at this point.
Yeah, I mean they definitely know how to play this. They are opting red card, taking the echo again. They're seeing how close that last round came. It's definitely smart to take an echo, in case UOIT decides to do a slow push.
Certainly.
They're not actually bringing hard breach this time, which is going to be interesting. As now they can't open up master bedroom into the trophy statuary area, so they're going to have to play around that here.
100%. Well, and the lack of hard breach means they're going to have to take things even slower now, too, which is going to allow Red Card to really play off of that with this Echo. It's going to be very interesting to see if they can secure those frags using things like Buck to open up lines of sight on the site and finish things off quick,
Oh,
or
no.
if they're just going to kind of crumple. What's up?
Rocket just killed mentality on accident. That's not good.
That's what we call a big oof in the bids, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, definitely rough. RIT will be having to play with a man down now. And
That's rough.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a momentum killer. That could be,
Well, especially considering how integral Castle is to setting up. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got off his walls relatively early here, so they are still going to get some value from him. But I mean, you still ended up losing a man.
Yeah, that's just a mistake that you can't help it. It's just that stuff just happens. It's not you see that a lot. Or not so often a lot, but you see it happens occasionally. You know what I mean? Like
It happens. Hit him
Just
with
an
the
accident.
Forrest Gump, man.
But it can't cost you the round. But if RIT pulls this one out, that's even more props to them for winning.
Not only
the
that,
45.
that would be demoralizing there for Ontario. You know they'd be feeling that going into Game 3.
Yeah, I mean they're already down 2. UOIT really needs to secure this round if they want to have a decent shot at winning this map without having to go on a win streak.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it looks like they might be in a dangerous situation here. One of the defenders waiting here at this staircase for Capita to make that peek. Interesting. Looks like they're gonna try and wait, hang back to drone them out here. Oh, aiming through the hatch, trying to find something. Waiting for that Buck to open up the floorboards, and Rocket gonna take the pick onto Arden. Alright, 4v4 now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
And as I said, Beasting Baby will take out record as Quetzal gets the refrag.
Not only that, the Zofia was their soft breach. So now they're running incredibly low on resources to get onto that site. It's going to be very tough.
They still fuck up,
Ooh,
Shy
they didn't realize Shy was still there, hanging back by the staircase. Managed to get the pick onto Keldev. Very dangerous situation here for Ontario now, down to 2 ops left. That said, they are going to manage to get the diffuser on the site, but Shy sealing it out. Refrag coming through from Raichi. Raichi taking down Shy as well, and it is a 1v1 now, ladies and gentlemen. The diffuser is being planted by Raichi here. He's going to have to find Quetzal. Oh, but Quetzal finds his mark and manages to dome Raichi and take the round.
Yeah, that was definitely, again, another close round. RIT actually winning that 45. I mean, they had Castle's utility, but him not having that one extra man definitely did not. That hurt RIT. They still pulled that out. So UOIT has got to be feeling that round. They have to win 3 in a row here. UOIT does. So RIT just has to defend dining room kitchen in order to win out this map and send us to the tiebreaker map.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be very tough for Ontario here. They have a massive deficit to make up, and it looks like they're opting to try and shake things up a little bit more here, going with the Maverick, the Sledge coming through, Dokebi, Twitch. They just want to come up with something different that RIT hasn't seen yet so that they can try and open this up and make some momentum for themselves.
Yeah, I can definitely see Maverick being a little bit useful here. especially because you have a few walls on the site where if you were to open up, you could cut off a couple rotations in between the two sites. However, this is kitchen is it's hard to defend kitchen without relying on kills. So it's definitely gonna be a frag heavy round here as they all have been. It's really gonna come up to who can roam through more efficiently.
Gotcha. All right, well, that does make sense given the defensive team here, where they're keeping a lot of their players close to home. Only roamer to speak of really is Quetzal and maybe Castle, but I can imagine they're going to be playing very tight here, relying on that heavy anchor play.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of times attack will come from that laundry room and right into site or from cellar into kitchen. You really don't have to attack from across the map. So roaming isn't nearly as effective, but if you could get the one or two people offsite early in the round, that makes your push onto the kitchen dining room so much easier. Looks like Beasting is already going to try to probably opt to roam clear out the second floor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to try to open up above and try to get some picks below.
And he is going to be looking around. Does have two roamers on 2F. Going to be looking for him. The Jaeger and the Castle. Going to be interesting to see how he can make his move up. He is going to have to go through them if he wants to make his way onto the bump site here.
Yeah, I think he is going to get back up from Wonder, but you know they have two RIT members to go through before they get downstairs.
That said, he is going to catch sight of Jaeger, but the Castle wall managing to impede him just enough for Jaeger to get out of there. Very smart stuff. All right, it looks like he has rotated just a little bit here. Sledge going to open up the wall here for his team, which is incredibly grouped through 2F. Looks like they're opting to make their push together. And, trades coming through. Red card for Raichi, and then Wonderflow taking out Quetzal. All right, and the Sledge coming through, allowing Beasting Babies to get a shot onto red card. And the attack is looking a lot cleaner than last time already.
Yeah, I mean, this is already very close. Looks like they do have control of Trophy Statuary, so they are free to push, from Astronomy Stairs down into Kitchen. With only a minute left, they do have multiple options here.
That said, that minute is going by fast. They're going to have to make a quick decision here, trying to clear out that barbed wire. It looks like they're taking the extra time to try and drone out the site to get that extra information on their opponents here. Oh, come on, screen. There we go.
Yeah, they caught out Shy on the castle. They know where he is. They don't have a lot. They have 40 seconds. The logic bomb will go off. Probably signal that's their final push.
Ooh. Goo Trap coming through. He does have Sightline. Oh, and Mentality going to take down Keldev there. Yeah, that was just a hard situation.
Only 20 seconds left. UOIT still has to plant the diffuser. 15 seconds, not a lot of time. Beasting Babies is going to rotate down.
This is looking to be RIT's round, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, 5 seconds left. The diffuser is beginning to plant. Wallbang trying to come through here from Castle, but Arden going to get the frag off, and it looks like they, didn't get the plant. Very unfortunate there for Ontario, and we will be getting into Game 3 in just a moment here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was definitely, a flip. I was saying we're definitely going to see a 7-6 game here. And being as the next map, which I believe is Consulate, is not either team's pick, I can see this definitely being close. We had UOIT beating RIT on Bank 6-3, and now we have RIT beating UOIT 6-2. So it's been back and forth. They're not blowouts, but we've had both teams take the lead pretty heavily on their map. So it really comes down to this last one. Who's going to win this?
I mean, at this point, it is 100% a toss-up. RIT is going to have advantage picking sides here, but it's really a matter of who has drilled Consulate more than the other. Like, who's been putting in that work? And I think that's going to show going into this game 3. Both have been incredibly close. And I think those map advantages have really kind of shown which team has been favorable on each round. So it's really just a matter of experience at this point.
Yeah, and I feel like RIT opting to go for defense first. That's definitely what I expected out of them. You know, I've watched um both of these teams play this map before, not against each other, but RIT, you know, likes this is one of the maps where they like to, you know, shake it up a bit. They have some interesting castle strategies, I'd say, that are very effective for second floor, uh, office, and the question is whether UOIT also has strats similar to that, and how well can they counter? Because this game, as you said, has been fairly attacker sided, but at the same time, you know, we saw RIT defend very well um, at the end of that Villa
Oh,
map.
insanely. It was nearly a sweep coming through from RIT. You can tell they knew their stuff on Villa.
Yeah, they knew that if they could hold out on the attack and not get blown out, they could just take off once they got to defense, and that's exactly what they did. It's the same with what UOIT did on Banks. So, you know, now that this is neither team's map, I can definitely see this being back and forth the entire time. The only thing that could change it is if one team really takes the momentum and just runs with it early on, which we haven't seen happen yet, but we have seen teams take momentum towards the end of the map.
Definitely, definitely. All right, we're going to be getting into it pretty soon here, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting up on this last little bit of time. Gotta love these 5-minute breaks, as I said earlier. Really feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Same.
going to come down to the wire.
100%. I mean, it's incredibly close. One of the big things we've been seeing, though, is just strong fraggers on both sides. Particularly, we've been seeing like a rather large disparity. I'm trying to think. I believe it was Shy on the orange team, and then Raichi coming through for Ontario. So I think it's integral that they get rid of those stronger players too, coming through, getting into it. You know,
Yeah, I mean, they have strong players throughout who play different roles.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen like Raichi and Quetzal have some really clutch roams. We also see Ardent really take some like very clutch, you know,
Oh, big
3
time.
based on
Yeah,
set.
that doc was sick, dude.
Oh yeah, that was honestly, if I had to pick, that might have been my play of the game right there. So far, you know, we still got a whole map. For those of you who recently joined, this is our semifinal match. We are going into the third map. It is currently tied. UOIT beat RIT 6-3 on Bank, and then now RIT just beat UOIT 6-2. And boy, that is a lot of ITs to say in a short amount of
A
time.
lot of institutes of technology, my dude. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here at George Mason University,
Oh yeah.
Institute of Technology.
Oh yeah.
All right, one more minute. Count it down with me, ladies and gentlemen. uh, so going into Consulate, what do you think we're going to see in terms of bans and picks?
I can definitely see there is a I Echo ban as usual. I feel like that's just a given. We did see that all the time. I can definitely see maybe Thermite being banned. I've seen that a few times. Just because, you know, whoever's defending doesn't want to deal with that when they go basement. Besides that, we might have the usual. We might have Glass. We might have Blackbeard banned, just because those are really good like operators that could just watch over the team's push. Not quite sure. I mean, the ban they have had some counter bans. I definitely would consider the Glass ban on Villa a counter ban to Raichi. Which is, you know, that's fair when you have a Glass pop off like that your first map. Of course you're gonna ban it. You know what I mean?
100%. Well, we saw the Valkyrie target ban as well too. I can imagine that's going to persist even going through to Consulate.
Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie is also really good on this map because this is more so than I would say. Villa is a lot of interior pushing, and Consulate, a lot of the pushing is done from the exterior. You know, with the exception of going in through admin office to get to the second floor site, or pushing in through Visa or main lobby. Most of the time you're going to have people repelling outside, and taking out that Valkyrie allows you to do that safely. RIT is going to opt to ban Thermite.
Nice guess there. Solid
Yeah,
stuff.
that definitely going to look to tighten up that basement side. I wouldn't be surprised if they I'm expecting them to pick second floor first, because from what I've seen, that's what they usually do, and they pull out a castle and make some interesting rotations through bathroom and through the sites there. I could definitely see UOIT here banning. I'm not quite sure who they would ban.
There's the Jackal. Yeah, I mean it's been a pretty universal ban, not only across this game but across the league. Makes sense. As
Yeah, I
for
mean
the
Jackal's, in my objectively, is one of the best guns in the game, and he could just tear your roamers apart if they're not careful about where they're stepping.
100%. When considering the patient play from a lot of the roamers on both these teams, where they kind of just like to hang out in one spot for the most part, it's incredibly hard because Jackal just keeps you on the move at all times. And there it is, the Valkyrie pick as well, trying to deny that additional information on RIT's side.
I feel like RIT is might they're opting for the pulse span. That's an interesting one here.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I figured they wouldn't go for the Echo ban because they are starting on defense, so they will have 5 rounds. Theoretically, as long as this doesn't go into overtime, they will have more rounds on defense than attack, assuming they win or lose. It's like if it doesn't go into overtime, they're gonna have more rounds on defense to utilize Echo at their will. However, we will actually see them prove me wrong and go garage and cafeteria instead. We will Raichi pick up that glass again. So I wonder if he's going to show RIT, hey, you should have banned glass here.
Yeah, that decision very well might come back to bite them here. That said, they are picking up some fresh picks here. They have the Bandit now. Interesting choice. They're definitely trying to stop those breaches, especially if they're going somewhere like Garage, where their options are fairly limited. I think it's not a bad choice. Oh, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the 6th pick to Echo to try and slow things down.
Ooh, that's interesting. So it looks like actually UOIT 6 picking from that Hibana and the Ash. That's actually a very good bait because, you know, if I'm RIT, I would think, you know, they have Hibana, they're probably going to push Garage. But now that they don't have that Hibana, they're most likely going to push from Archive and from first floor Visa office and maybe go for the kitchen attack, which is a very viable strat if, you know, your Thermite is banned and you're up against, you know, 2 hard breach denials. That's definitely a strategy you might want to employ. And now would be the time to do so.
And speaking of denial, it looks like the defending team really has it in spades between the Legion, Cade, and Bandit, and then the Echo coming through. So it seems like they're going to try and capitalize on Ontario's patience as a team to try and slow things down to a halt so that they can win it by time.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier about how Legion really gets better exponentially as the round goes on, because, you know, all of a sudden you have 7 blue mines scattered throughout the site area that you have to worry about, and if you have 30 seconds left, you don't have time to check for those and like flush those out. You're just going to have to deal with them, and if you're already low on health, that's just going to be more of a hindrance to you.
100%. All right, Glass going to be keeping an eye out on the garage stairway there, trying to find something here. That said, you know, it looks like the roamers are staying fairly close here, not making too much.
Yeah, looks like they are opting to go for the Visa push. They do see that the admin office hatch is open. It looks like maybe Quetzal is camping upstairs. Waiting for UOIT to expose a little bit of weakness and get a few picks.
Okay.
It looks like RIT is actually adapting very well as they now have people stationed in archives. Really expecting the push to come from there rather than from Garage, which might have been their plan all along with that Thermite ban.
Ooh, that said, Ontario is going to pick up a nice little drone there from under the Legion. So Arden's going to finally make his push up, keeping an eye out for these goo traps. Oh, but his drone is going to get caught out. He's going to have to be very careful moving up. Gets popped on by the Legion mine. There are 2 eyes on that stairway. He's going to have to be very careful moving up here.
Yeah, we're talking about, you know, patient Roman, and Quetzal's still an admin. We will have killed out pickup Shy, starting to make the push, but, you know, they still have Quetzal to deal with on second floor. I don't think they know he's there either.
Alright, Keldav slowly making his way down onto the bomb site with Zofia to cover. The bomb squad coming through.
Still got time left. They still got 50 seconds. They definitely know something there. Arden will pick up the kill on Rocket. Putting it further in. Wonder will actually go down to Mentality. We'll get the refrag. Red card will pick up right cheek.
Did you call him Wonderwall? You called him Wonderwall. That's awesome.
Did I really?
Yes. Arden gets
no.
the pick up on red card. He should change his tag to Wonderwall. That's not your fault. That's his. That's a missed opportunity. Quetzal gets the pick on Arden. Alright. The diffuser has been planted, and Beasting Baby is going to seal out Quetzal to take the first round. And Ontario is out swinging. Excellent stuff. Very strong turnaround from what we saw last game.
Yeah, that was a good push. I like how they really adapted from the all right, our thermite span, we'll pick up on it. Actually, no, we're gonna push from archives, which was actually very smart. It ended up working out for them. RIT banning that thermite so they would have a harder or an easier time defending basement, and they lost that. So now they have to, get it back. And if they win this, we can definitely see this start. Could definitely start our back and forth motion to this map with that round.
100%. As we mentioned, both players have been very dominant on their own respective maps, but this is a neutral map choice, being the third game. So we're going to be seeing quite the slugfest here. I can imagine it's going to go to the last round.
Yeah, looks like Wonderflow is gonna lock in the Hibana here. So Raichi actually picking up the Blitz instead of the Glass. I'm not sure what. I haven't seen him pick Glass yet in this series. Or sorry, not Glass. Blitz yet in this series.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how they use him here.
Definitely a first, especially considering he's been getting quite a lot of the kills for his team on these pushes with that Glass. It's interesting to see them switching him over to an information role. I look forward to seeing how it works for him.
Yeah, definitely looks like they might be going for that conventional garage push onto the garage doorway here instead of going through archives like last time. And looks like RT's really prepared for that. They have the Tide and the Bandit, and they're really just prepared to hold this site. And this is probably what they intended last time, your generic push from garage. And UOIT did a really good job of shaking it up. But the problem with shaking it up like that is doing it twice in a row doesn't work that often.
Alright, the push is going to begin here. They will not be able to use the external breach here because of Caden Bandit. They don't really have anything to counter that. So they're going to be pushing in here, trying to take it from exit stairs. Alright, Raichi trying to get some additional information for his team and taking out some cameras as he makes his push onto the bomb site here. And just like that, they already have the information here. Shy going to take out Beasting Babies, though. Looks like the retaliation starting. Raichi takes out red card, but Rocket gets the refrag.
Yeah, that's a nice little blitz rush right there. Definitely an interesting strategy. We'll have Arden taking the Twitch drone. Not actually really looking for those bandit charges.
Yeah, I mean, this is an oddly aggressive push here from Ontario, something we haven't really seen before, and it's starting to cost them. They've already lost the Zofia and the Blitz here with that push, and they're kind of forced to slow things down now. They're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, they really got to play it slow. Losing those two operators, literally less than a minute into the round, definitely is going to hinder them. Now they have to fight against not only an Echo for the plant, but they have to open up that wall, which they just did, and somehow flush out those anchors from very small angles of attack.
Alright, Wonderflow setting up that drone here, trying to find where these anchors might be. It looks like most of them hanging out off-site, though, creating a lot of problems. They are going to set up to plant the diffuser. Arden trying to cover his teammate, picks up Quetzal, excellent catch, and then picks up Rocket as well. They did not manage to land the diffuse, but managed to get 2 picks to their name. Keldav going to pick up on Shy, and Ontario has a solid lead now, turning things around. This L turned into a W
really
real
big
quick.
if UOIT wins this one out, putting them in a 2-0 lead. The diffuser is going down. Mentality has to make the push.
But he didn't know about someone behind him on stairway, and Keldav just fragging out from exit stairway there, doing such a solid job of protecting his Hibana and getting 3 picks for his team there, bringing it back from the brink.
Yeah, really the person that won them that round was Arton, standing on that stairwells, watching his teammate plant, and actually ended up getting 2 kills as a result of that. Even though the plant did not go off, that was enough to put them into position to win the match, or
100%.
to win that round off.
Yeah, taking control of that exit stair did so much good for the attacking team. Arden did a wonderful job. Keldev did a wonderful job. And Wonderflow did a wonderful job of being bait, you know?
Yeah.
Excellent coordination.
Yeah, that was definitely a different play style, though. Seeing that blitz rush in that early in the round, that's not something either team has really done, the rush strategy. And it definitely cost them. It didn't cost them the round, though. They ended up winning, forcing RIT to give up that basement, go on second floor console, office, and meeting room. They really have to win these next 2 at least if they want to have a chance to win out on attack.
It is interesting to see how they're shifting Raichi into that informational role here. Now he's switching to the Monty here, and really relying on Arden to pick up a lot of these kills with the Twitch. I mean, Twitch, an incredibly strong frag character there. Makes sense. Great gun. That FAMAS is disgusting. But, you know, it's interesting to see what's happening, especially after the first game where they didn't have access to that Monty, and they ended up putting him on the Blaz.
It looks like RIT's opting to use those castles to really tighten up the ways in which can be pushed. They're blocking out Spyro Stairwell, and they're really just trying to, like, cut off admin office and that pantry that Mentality is currently in, really just off from the rest of the world. And that's you know, David Love, interesting strategy. I find that RIT uses castle more than most teams in this game.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, and they use it very reserved as well. As I mentioned before, roaming castle is actually pretty common in this league. We see it quite a bit, but they're opting to keep him more on site more often, and just using it to close things off as much as possible, rather than to sneak for some cheeky kills later on in the round. All right, right.
Quetzal, get him pushed out really soon.
Why are you running? Raichi just chases him down here with the Monty.
Yeah, looks like Raichi knows. Yeah, he definitely knows the hatch is open. He can see it, but the question is, does he know how many of RIT members are sitting up there?
He's gonna find out pretty soon here as he peeks, managing to flush them both out there. Excellent pings. That said, his teammates still do have to deal with them.
Yeah, a minute into the round, no damage taken from either side. You know, they're trying to push. It's just too hard to push people out.
Good old-fashioned Mexican standoff at this point. Drones coming through. Raichi looks like he's going to try and find another angle here to see where the rest of the team is. Maybe catch someone off guard. And Arden going for an external push as well.
Yeah, we were mentioning before the map started how a lot of these pushes are really just going to be external pushes. We will see that castle barricade open up, so they now have the option to push from bathroom, as Rocket will pick up Keldav. But in this round, it's slightly in favor of RIT already, with a minute 15 left for UOIT, as Beasting will hit that alibi.
Yeah, Beasting is going to be exposed here on point two. Very dangerous situation. Hanging back, trying to find something. He does have information that he got from his team. Oh, and it looks like Monty might be helping him out in that situation. Wasn't able to get the frag, but did catch on to the location of an enemy. Oh, and the run out from Quetzal going to catch out Beasting babies. Arden is going to get the refrag onto Quetzal, but it still definitely caught them off guard and put the defense at +1.
Yeah, especially that late in the round, losing your 4th member of your team, definitely big hindrance. You know, they're forcing Raichi to walk away. He is rotating off where he was, and that's going to cost some time. UOIT is actually going to lose Wonderflow to Shy. RIT looking like they're about to pick up their first round for this map here.
Definitely. I mean, with 20 seconds left, the attack has to grab their diffuser. It has to make their way onto the point. Looks like that's just not going to happen with Rocket picking up Raichi here. All up to Arden now, and the defender's going to take round 3.
Yeah, that admin hold you know, as I was saying, RIT likes to really funnel people on the second floor with those castles. That's exactly what they did. They really cut off that admin push and even that push from Visa office because you can't really contest two people watching that hatch from two different angles. You can't really contest that very well
Yeah, I
without
mean,
spending time going into admin.
exactly. Well, and I mean, sure, you might get one of them if you decide to go for the aggressive push, but they're just going to refrag you right off the bat and then rotate just like that. It's even, but you're still at that weird disadvantage. It's very awkward.
Yeah, I mean that run out from Quetzal also helped late game,
Hmm.
taking out one of their taking out I believe it was Sophia,
Yeah,
repelling outside that window in
that
meeting office.
that was very gutsy there on Quetzal's part. Excellent catch. I mean, he knew where he was because of the alibi proc coming out, but still risking life and limb to get that advantage for his team.
Yeah, I mean it definitely worked out well as RT took that round, winning it at 2-1. We were mentioning prior to the previous round that RT really is to win. If they could win these next two in a row, not only do they have momentum going into the half, but they're also up one, and that will give them a big advantage in taking this game.
Hmm.
However, it is important to note that they have tried defending this site twice and have yet to do so successfully. They've come close, but they just haven't got it yet. So maybe third time's a charm. They are taking a vastly, or not I wouldn't say vastly different, but they're opting to remove the bandit and pick some slightly different picks.
I mean, they do still have the Cade to cover hatches and things like that, but the garage is going to be relatively exposed here. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out for them. That said, they have covered up exit stairway with just a plethora of barbed wire this time. Don't want to risk another excellent plant there, using the truck to cover them. Makes sense, all in all. They want to force them to the garage.
RIT's really adapting to what they've been up against. They saw that quick push from that back stairwell and how much UOIT really utilized that in the last time they defended. So RIT says, you know what? No, we're going to stop that. We're going to place barbed wire there. We're going to switch up our picks a little bit and try to make it harder to plant in front of that white truck.
Mm-hmm. All right, it looks like the attacking team is opting to push from 1F here, trying to find their way up to the hatches. Nothing quite going to work yet.
We're already 50 seconds into the round. Looks like RT's opted to play a pretty conservative game so far. We will Beasting Babies poking in from the roof. Not finding anyone. Checking common spots. We'll see rotation hole, but, no one there.
Yeah, definitely dangerous. Holding some angles here to try and keep his team safe as they make their push on. But looks like the defenders are pretty occupied on the other side here as Raichi distracts them through exit hallway or exit stairs with this Monty and clears out that barbed wire for his team. Smart stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely using Raichi more as information gathering and wave carrier clear as Beasting Babies will actually pick up red card.
And I was going to say, not only that, but a strong bait. As you noticed, like, all of the defenders were fixated on Raichi as he tried to push his way through the exit stairs. Looks like they weren't realizing that actually the attackers were coming from 1F, and they managed to get a pick off because of it. Very smart stuff.
I mean, Echo looking like he's in some trouble there. Shy decides to fall back.
Raichi says, "These are my stairs now." You walk away. Well, you've got the chance. All right.
I mean, RT's quickly losing control of their garage side. They're going to have to make a flank or something. They don't really want to flank because Keldav is going to get gooed on Spire Stairwell, but has a good position. Actually, it looks like Quetzal is still second floor. So they do have a chance here to get this late game flank.
Yeah, this is a hard situation. I mean, the defense are flanked on pretty much all sides at this point. Wonderflow setting up the plant. That said, Shy is going to get the pick onto Keldab here, and things are going to get started. Rocket firing off, finally getting rid of Raichi, the thorn in their side at this point. Shy finishing off Wonderflow, and that means they're right by that diffuser. Arden's going to have to hold onto that exit stair to make sure it's safe. All right, going a little bit deeper than he did last time. And trying to keep an eye on this diffuser. Firing off Quetzal, going to take down Beasting Babies. And Quetzal's going to finish off Arden as well for the round. RIT going to take round 4.
Yeah, We didn't really see much of Quetzal from here, but he definitely played an integral part in terms of really, as we were talking about in the previous map, he knows how he knows when to push, and
Hmm.
he pushed, took out Beasting, locking down into sight. So that allowed his team to push out from the kitchen area and make the final play, get the final kill, and that definitely secured them around. It is now 2-2. If RIT wins this lobby press room, which is, not the most ideal site,
Yep.
then they're going to have a big lead coming in here with their momentum, winning 3 rounds straight. However, they're going to have to deal with Raichi on Glass, which, especially on first floor lobby, that's not fun to play against.
Well, not only that, they're gonna have the added support of Zofia and Ash coming through with those grenades. Definitely gonna be very dangerous. In addition to the smokes, it's gonna be a disorienting fiesta if the attackers manage to get onto the site. Oh, never mind. Looks like they're opting to 6-pick onto the Monty. It was working relatively well early on for them last round. Unfortunately, those picks coming through from Quetzal, managing to turn things around though. RIT gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean, this this is a really big toss-up site because um, it's from what I've seen, a lot of the site comes down to who can make a lot of flashy plays. You see a lot of spawn peaks. You see a lot of runouts on the site just due to the nature that you really don't have much room to hold it from, because you can, the second the attacker spawn in, they can open up the front door. They can open up the windows into piano room. But we're not playing aggressive teams here. RIT and UOIT so far in this series tonight have really just played super patient. However, it looks like Quetzal's going to go for the spawn peak here.
Ooh, and he might well get it. Monty, catch an eye on him. Shy gonna get a pick onto Wonderflow, though. Looks like they had 2 spawn peaks planned. Excellent
Yeah.
catch there, and RIT gonna have an early lead here. Getting rid of the Habana, that's gonna be a really big loss for the attackers.
And as we were saying, RIT, both these teams very smart teams. But RIT making the smart move, they got a pick. They could have kept peeking, but they decided to fall back, which is the correct move here, because the last thing you want is just to waste that spawn peak by just getting refragged by aggressively peeking.
Why turn that one and done into a trade? You've already got the lead. Very smart stuff. They will be falling back onto site and setting back up here. All right. Keldab, meanwhile, going to be trying to push here from the garden.
Yeah, they know someone's in
anything.
not really finding him, though.
Yeah, he's hanging back just a little bit. Can't peek him through the patch. Ooh, some shots going off, but not going to connect. All right, Keldav just taking fire from all sides here. Meanwhile, Arden trying to scope out the site for his team.
Drone's ready. Drone activated.
Yeah, looks like Keldav has backed up spiral. Good decision.
Ooh, Monty might be in trouble.
Yeah, he looks like. No, it's fine. Looks like they are gonna get squeezed. They know there are 2 or 3 defenders up here that they're gonna have to deal with. Raichi is gonna take some shots. Will ping it for his teammate.
All right. Trading fire here, but no one gonna get picked. Raichi looking pretty worse for wear here. Keldav gonna take Quetzal, but Red Card gonna fire back and get rid of their info that is Raichi. And looks like Red Card gonna be rotating back to site now. Trying to make his way back so that he can cover as they make their push. It is a 4v3, so the defenders do still have that advantage. But all in all, it's going to be interesting to see how things go on this push.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing this like they're attacking second floor and defending second floor. We will have Rocket pick up Keldaf. Looks like our team might actually win this round. There's still a chance. Is Beasting by himself.
Shy on Arden.
Left will get fragged from behind by Mentality. RIT, as they needed to do, won 3 rounds in a row. They have the momentum. The question is, can they keep it when they switch to attack?
I mean, 100% the ball is in their court. They just need to take the shot now. It's going to be interesting to see how their attack adapts on this. They clearly have a very strong defense on Consulate, though. So, better look out.
Yeah, I mean, they did what they needed to do. I was in the middle of saying how I don't know what we're going to see on that site because both of these teams are very patient, and then all of a sudden we get 2 spawn peaks, and then someone gets down instantaneously, which was a very big pick.
I mean, it was a
Uh,
really smart option. As you said, it's an incredibly hard defense. So why not make sure that you're not going into this match with even odds? Playing hyper aggressive not only caught Ontario off guard, but it allowed them that early pick that they needed to really balance things out in spite of a bad map choice.
yeah, I mean, and after winning that round, through very useful spawn peak, we will have our switch up. UOIT, their first round of defense for Consulate, opting to go second floor. We will have Raichi going back to that vigil. We will red card bring in the Blackbeard. Blackbeard's definitely, as we are saying during the map bans, is actually pretty strong on this map considering how there's so many exterior angles you can hold. And if you can,
100%.
prevent the runouts, you have long sight lines, especially peeking onto A site right there in the
Hmm.
office.
Definitely. Yeah, going to be a very strong pick here. Going through the sledge is definitely going to come through too, allowing them to break through, catch those multiple angles of sight. It's going to give the Blackbeard a lot of options coming in from exterior too.
Yeah, not to mention he has frag grenades and the fact that he can pretty much
Ooh,
just
yeah.
negate castles entirely. If you put a castle on an exterior window, Rocket is just going to go up and whack it with a hammer, and you can just kiss that castle goodbye.
The one-man wrecking team coming through. Yeah, it's a very strong counter, especially considering how integral Castle has been to both defenses. I like RIT's comp quite a bit.
Yeah, they've got a comp built for very versatility. That's a team comp you can attack pretty much every side on this map with.
Hmm.
So they're definitely playing it smart. They're up for anything. Quetzal will find Vigil Marks, thinking that Raichi might be in that area. Not quite sure where he is due to the cloaking device, but they know they have to flush him out before they can make any sort of push to second floor.
Definitely.
Oh?
Oh, an unfortunate suicide there from Rocket. I wonder how that happened. Accidentally fragged himself.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen RIT take out one of their own team members, and they've the last time that happened, they came back from it. But attacking is a little bit different from defending. Being
Yeah,
down one on attacking is definitely harsh.
100%. All right, Sophia trying to take out some cameras here before the push starts. They are now at a pretty hefty disadvantage, being one man down, and there's a minute and 30 seconds left. So trying to get rid of any information the defenders can have while they still can. All right, meanwhile, Blackbeard just, doing normal Blackbeard things. Aiming right in. Gets caught by the Legion trap, though. Goo Mine's coming through.
He's making a solid push through admin.
Ooh.
Actually does not get the
Oh!
frag.
Unfortunate, had that extra chance to seal out the defender there, but Beasting Baby's gonna finish off the Blackbeard. Excuse me.
Yeah, now all UOIT has to do to tie the score on the scoreboard is just hold this out for a minute. They have the absolute advantage with they have two operators. None of them even have shots on them. They're all
Mhm.
at full health. This is not looking too good for RIT.
And you can tell that they're shook. The roamers are still available, and so they're looking around. They're hesitating very heavily. Quetzal going to get caught on Beasting Babies. Turn things around. Shy getting a pick on Arden. And it looks like they are going to be planning the diffuser here. Making me eat my words. It is now a 3v3, ladies and gentlemen. Keldav getting the pick onto Shy. Going to be looking for Arden as well. Wonderflow going to take down Mentality, though. Oh, and Wonderflow finishing off Quetzal. And now all they have to do is defuse.
Yeah, RIT definitely almost took that back there. It definitely didn't help that they didn't realize that Keldav was still in the admin office area, allowing him to really get an easy flank and pick up one or two RIT members, allowing them for an easy retake. But that early kill, that early self kill definitely hurt them.
100%.
It's just one of those accidents. It's just a small slip up, and
Yeah.
there's nothing. There's
Well,
nothing. Those things happen. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't think it'll take away from any heavy momentum that RIT may have or anything like that. The ball is still very much in their court, as we mentioned earlier. The attack is theirs. They're going to be getting defense pretty soon here, so it's interesting to see what they can do. They're still on very even footing. Might have a slight advantage right now against Ontario. They just need, a 5-man team.
Yeah, I mean, they they will have to attack basement, dealing with that thermite ban that they instantiated themselves. So they're gonna have to play around that, and they're not opting to bring any hard breach denial for lack of a better term.
I guess
Uh,
IQ, but
yeah, they're
eh,
gonna have to actually physically go in the building in order to take out
yeah,
whatever bandit charges are placed down.
exactly. Yeah, that is going to limit their options pretty significantly here. Very hard to get in without that countermeasure. And, RIT, or I'm sorry, Ontario going to do exactly what we're expecting here. Set up that bandit.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I love about casting College Siege is seeing all the different strategies and how these teams play out. You know, the situations. Not having thermite here is definitely something you have to play around. You know what I mean? Like you can't open up like 2/3 of the wall now. You can only open up a select section. So you have to think about
Exactly.
where you're placing that, how you're attacking, and even if you're even going to attack the garage door, like are you going to
100%.
opt to go through archives instead, like UOIT did round 1 of this match?
Definitely. Not only that, we're going to be seeing a pretty aggressive team comp here from the defense, opting to go back to the Cav and the Bandit coming through. It's going to be interesting to see how well Red Card and Shy can try and deny these roamers if they don't manage to sweep through. It's going to be odd. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a highly aggressive comp here. They know what RIT likes to run. They know they like to try and hard counter that. It seems kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it's definitely risking it. Well, it could pay off. You know, RT is definitely going to take their time and roam clear meticulously like they have this entire series tonight.
Hmm.
And that could punish UIT's team comp, though it looks like they're actually playing relatively safe and playing towards the first floor and the basement, as RT already has site control of second floor and part of first floor.
100%. Alright, yeah, they are making moves coming through here. That said, they're going to have to displace Raichi, who looks like he's taking a few shots right now. Oh, and Red Card going to seal him out. Just like that, putting Ontario at a heavy disadvantage here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw RIT do just that on Ville, and they're doing it here again. They're really good at flushing out the enemy roamers into one of their other players, get an easy kill. That's what we saw. Shy will hit a goo mine. Looks like Redding is going to take some damage.
Oh,
Actually,
but Red
Red
Card's
Card
going
will
to
take
take...
out Keldav.
Yeah, excellent catch there. I mean, it's like you mentioned, solid teamwork. They even managed to use those goo mines to try and catch people off, flushing out one of the defenders. They thought they could find an easy kill, only to have the teammate pick up the frag. Nice stuff. Yeah, their coordination is spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they've got a minute left. They have entire control of the map that is not basement. And they have hatches open. So they're in a really good spot here. They have the time to, take their fights and, if they take out, especially Echo going downhill here could pretty much seal the fate. Here for UOIT losing this match.
That said, we are at 39 seconds here. They're gonna have to make a push relatively soon, or they will risk that Echo becoming a major threat. Looks like they're opting to throw some flashes here to try and flush out Beasting Babies, who's holding down the bomb site fairly heavily. Oh, and he gets caught by the frag. Excellent hit there. And Rocket will finish up the frag. Oh, Sledge managed to get... Oh, Rocket getting another pick onto Arden as well. And it looks like the defense has crumpled, ladies and gentlemen. The Q's being planted all up the Wonder Flow now as he is assaulted on all sides, and Shy finishes things up.
Yeah, RT definitely not losing their momentum from the loss of the previous round. Again, as we mentioned, they're doing what they've been doing this entire series tonight and just flushing out the roamers from UOIT into really just traps. You know, they're setting up their crossfires really well. And, once they took out Raichi and they pretty much had room to like open up the floorboards and really get some hard angles there that we saw. I believe it was Rocket get 2 kills from late game. That definitely helps. And they will have to attack Cafeteria Garage again. Looks like UIT not opted for much different of a strategy besides the fact that they're taking Vigil instead of Cav. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he's 6-pick on a Cav just to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely dangerous. They're staying relatively close, even though they ended up losing that last round. It would be nice to see them kind of try to turtle a little bit more, focus on that heavy defense, maybe put more people onto point.
Yeah, I mean it's a trade-off because on one hand you do want to have like that late game flank that RIT will have to watch for, because if you can put pressure throughout the entire match, like hey, like there might be a guy in admin flanking us. That can wear down a team and make their attack a little bit less efficient. But at the same time, you're risking losing 2 or 3 people early round just due to the fact that RIT has been destroying their road clear so well, and in terms of how they coordinate it and when they execute it. So it's really a
100%.
toss-up.
Definitely. That said, they're going to have to find an answer pretty soon here. RIT already at 4 points. Going to be finishing things off pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean this is a high-stakes game. Whoever this is a semifinals match, map 3. This is for all the marbles here. If the teams owned marbles, I don't know if they do or not.
There were some
I don't know if that's in their
expensive
budget.
marbles, my dude. He bought the one with the nice little film. It gets all glinty and fancy.
Oh no.
Yeah,
can't
that's some
lose
expensive
those.
stuff.
Actually, it looks like, when you were saying you wanted to see them turtle, it looks like they're doing the opposite. They have one person on site. I think the other 4 are,
Oh
just
no.
hanging around in Visa and admin.
You can't roam clear us if you're fighting our entire team.
That is true. But that also does allow, RIT to get some, once they clear out those rumors, there's pretty much only one guy left. So, they,
100%. Well, not only that, if they decide to just go straight to point because they've droned out all of these roamers, then suddenly Ontario's playing attack, and they don't have the advantages they'd want from an attacking team.
yeah, I mean, especially with Shy on Nomad, red card on Capital, you have area denial with the air jabs and incendiary bolts, and that you can pretty much just shut down a retake with those alone if you play it smart.
Exactly.
It's like Mentality is already pushing CEO. They're making really good progress and not getting any kills. As I said, Quetzal will pick up kill dev. First kill of the round.
Yep, solid frag there. And I can imagine that Ontario is going to try and make some moves to regroup as they lose this first op. It looks like they might be holding just a little bit longer.
Yeah, Reishi is right next to one of the RIT team members. Looks like he might be droned out in a second here. Gonna have to move. Quetzal might think that Reichi's there. You can never be sure, especially when you're playing against a Vigil.
Stand by to witness
Definitely fair.
However, there's only one minute left, and RIT is only up 1 operator. Looks like he might have a chance to pick up a second frag here. As Shy will pick up
Shy will expose
Reichi.
Reg. Alright. And Quetzal just holding down that stairway. They're gonna have to make a push relatively soon here, but they will have the advantage if they just do it. Especially considering the attack is gonna have to rotate back to site. Rocket gets the pick up on Beasting Babies, and things are looking firmly in the hands of the attack if they can just get on the site. Arden picks up on Quetzal. If they're gonna put someone on anchor, it might as well be Arden just fragging out with his dock.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 4Ks before, so there's no reason he can't do it again. You can never count a team out, especially with Wonderful getting a kill on Rocket and Red Card, putting it at a 2v2 with only 15 seconds left.
Yeah, they very well might turn things around here. 10 seconds left. Mentality has next to no time to plant. Gonna have to find their way in. Oh, but Wonderflow doesn't catch on. They're not gonna have time to plant, are they? Oh, this is a very scary situation.
Oh.
Okay, it just froze for a second there, but Arden did get the pickup. I'm like, it would be crazy if he just kind of ran through the hallway, sprayed, and then missed all of those shots, and they got the plant, but it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, just when we think, RIT might pull ahead, it's neck and neck. This could definitely easily be the 7-6 game we were looking for tonight.
I mean, you're looking for. I want to see Joker. Nah, this is a spectacular game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, this is as we wanted a close match and we expected it.
Definitely.
And this is a close match we're gonna get. It's already closer than the other 2 maps have been. So I'm excited for this. We are getting a similar lineup. Arden on that dock really put in the work. Props to him for being able to anchor very effectively.
Well, and Wonder coming through with that double pick really evened up the odds for his team there. Solid stuff from both players.
Yeah, that was a very good hold. You know, as I was saying, you know, it's a 2-4. They've done it before and they did it again. You can never count a team out just by operator count.
Definitely.
You know, unless there's 1 second left. And
Well,
then,
that's the nice balance. I think I've brought it up before, but I used to coach for an amateur Overwatch team, and I feel like this game is the perfect balance between Overwatch and CS, where you need good team coordination to do well, but you can also just kind of freaking frag out when you want to. And Arden Wonder proving that.
yeah, I mean, you have to also give props. You can't, even though that was a very good play, you can't give all the credit to him. The roamers actually ate up a lot of RIT's time, nearly 2 minutes of it, forcing RIT to make, you know, the last second push that allowed UOIT to just get the last 4 frags they need in a very short amount of time.
That's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful balance, man.
Yeah, it's really good. Looks like RIT is gonna actually should I bring Ying? I believe that's the first time we've seen Ying this all night.
Yeah, no, they haven't been using the Ying very often. I guess not too many reasons. Maybe on Villa to use Candela, but this map is definitely the most appropriate choice for
I
Ying.
believe the patch that was dropped today actually switched the cooking time on her.
Oh, did it
so
really?
now the longer you hold it, the quicker.
Interesting.
So by default, I believe it goes off in the normal 3 seconds.
Gotcha.
Which is definitely a change. And,
Yeah, I don't know how like big or impactful that'll be, but I think it
Yeah.
remains to be seen.
I mean, we're seeing RIT here in the meantime. Already swinging into objective. They were really heating up.
Oh my god, they're getting a stealth one. Yeah, I do not think Ontario was seeing that coming, and they had to rush in, and it definitely cost them Raichi going down. Beasting Baby is though going to pick up on Quetzal and Shine. Excellent catch with the Maestro, and he might be able to stop this diffuse setup. Oh, if he doesn't get air jabbed, excellent catch there from the Nomad. Good stuff from Rocket.
Yeah, that air jab coming in clutch. As RT actually is set up to prevent this retake here. They got, you know, half the time remaining. UIT has just found the diffuser,
Ooh,
and
but
actually Arden does pick up red card.
Yeah, finishing off red card is going to be big here. And suddenly Nomad's in a bad situation. Rocket getting a double pick here. And Mentality coming through, finishing off Arden, and RIT will take the round from what looked like should have been a defeat.
Yeah, what really killed UOIT is how they really stacked up on that diffuser, and
Oh, big
honestly, they
time.
had no option but to do that. And that's what RIT did well, is that plant forced them. They needed 2 people. They needed someone to defuse and someone to watch the window. And by setting that up, that allowed Rocket to just peek and get 2 kills.
Well,
And
not
just-
only that, putting Rocket on the window with the Nomad is an incredibly dangerous choice. We saw earlier the air jab on Diffuser proccing and getting him a free kill there on the Beasting Babies. You know, just such a smart setup.
Yeah, that one air jab might have turned around because Beasting Bee was actually in a very good position to really just prevent any more peaks. And if that kill had gone off, it pretty much would have resulted in a loss for RIT on that round.
Mhm.
And now UOIT, after losing that, is going to opt to go Teller's Archives, which we haven't. You don't really see the site picked
Nope.
very much at all. So it being match point for them,
It's
they're
the
gonna
Hail
have to
Mary.
pull out something.
It's definitely the Hail Mary. They're going for something that they hope RIT hasn't seen before, especially considering that they are 1 match away from sealing this out.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get closer than this. You're on an unorthodox side that most people don't pick. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Spawn for a run out early here. But like, this is who decides who goes to the fight. This could be the final match of the night right here.
Definitely. Well, and not only that, they're trying to add in that denial, the things like the Evil Eye, the Legion Mines, and that Mute Trap to make sure RIT doesn't get a handle on their setup. They're going for as unorthodox as they possibly can, and they're making sure RIT doesn't get the chance to adapt to it. I like this choice a lot.
Yeah, this could be, you know, I'm a big fan of picks like this. While the meta stuff, you know, like basement, second floor, all that stuff works, and people pick it a lot because it does work. picking sites like this can turn a game around, because if you win this, now you have a different site open.
Well,
And
not only
that's
that,
not really a factor here, because if they win this, it goes into overtime, and then it unlocks the sites no matter what. It's definitely to UOIT's advantage to really toss it around here. We're already 30 seconds in the round. Not a lot of action. RIT doing their droning as per the usual.
definitely. Well, like I was trying to say, they kind of, it's one thing to pick an unorthodox map because that can be really, really dangerous with the wrong setup. But they've couched themselves in a situation where they can cover for that. They can make up for it by denying this information and making sure that the attacking team doesn't take advantage of the fact that an underused setup is being deployed. I like it a lot.
I mean, they've Arden on dock, sitting at a very crucial spot. Like, we've seen him 4K, we've seen him clutch, so he's going to be vital. If he gets picked out early, that could spell the end for this round.
And he's got to keep an eye out, as it looks like one of the attackers is opening up the sledge. Rocket coming through, trying to catch Arden off guard.
Yeah, this is going to come down to the wire. We're already a minute and a half in. No kills have gone off.
Keeping it very slow. Definitely understandable.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fragments in the last 30 seconds.
Oh! But Arden manages to catch an angle on Rocket, sealing out the character. Nice catch on that op.
Also making the smart move of deciding to fall back. Already getting 1 kill for his team. Arden's now at a disadvantage, especially as Shy goes down to Keldev. This is looking like we're going to go into overtime here.
It very much does. Quetzal gets the pick onto Raichi, but they are still at that disadvantage, and with 1 minute left, they got to do something. Keldev gets the pick on Quetzal. 2v3 Wonderflow picking up card, and it is all up to mentality now. Dangerous situation here for the attackers. Oh, and Arden just fragging out, seals that mentality, and we will be going into overtime, ladies and gentlemen.
We were saying this was going to be our 7-6 map. This is definitely going to be that map. I can tell this is coming down the wire. We are in overtime on our tiebreaker map to send either UOIT or RIT to the finals. This is going to be intense.
Definitely.
RIT on defense, going definitely a site they feel very strong on. So this is going to be interesting.
I mean, just looking at how these two teams play, you can tell they've worked so hard to get to this point, and they really, really want it. But let's see who wants it more.
No, I mean, both these teams super even. Like, they both play very patiently. Their roamers are smart. Their anchors are smart. They've got very good players. So this is probably the closest semifinal match we could get. Especially for a tiebreaker.
I hope the finals are half as exciting.
Oh, yeah. We will have Mentality 6 pick from Kite on to Castle.
Raichi going to be rocking the
RT really likes their
Blackbeard.
Castle picks.
Looks like they are doing a bit of a shakeup. They have brought on the Thatcher yet again to try and create some denial, though. I don't know what they'd throw it onto. All right, now how do you think this setup is going to benefit them? They do have the castle to deny those lines of sight and some extra entry points, but the hard breach could help.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them do this exact before, where we have Mentality blocking off the rotations as far as stairwell and yellow stairs into the admin office area, and it actually worked pretty well for them as they really funneled where UOIT could push from, and that's going to be vital. Now they can hold that pantry that Mentality's currently in, and they're pretty much working to extend where they can play here, and that's smart. They also have, that castle set up on the bathroom window, trying to at least force UOIT to expend a bit of utility if they want to push from.
Definitely. All right, we're going into overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. It is 5-5. Both teams. Winner will have to make it to 7 if they want to clutch it out. Let's get hyped.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an intense 2 or 3 rounds right here.
All right, Raichi going for the exterior check here. Looks like they might be going for a similar strategy to what RIT did with that Nomad, trying to set up a bomb right onto site and having someone cover for it. Yep, as we see it, the diffuser is coming up right close here.
they're taking their time. They're having Raichi, peek his angles into stairwell, not finding anybody as there's no one really there to kill. It looks like they're turtling pretty hard, which, is a smart move here. We've got people all spread out throughout the floor.
Not
much.
Yeah.
Not much happening here. We've got no combat so far. Minute 40 left in the round, almost halfway through.
All is definitely quiet. I mean, it makes sense. After the last round, we saw some pretty hectic comps and strategies here. It makes sense that they'd want to slow things down and get some information before they push in. That said, 1 minute and 23 seconds left, and it looks like Quetzal might be going for a run out here.
Oh, he's definitely lucky for it. It worked for him before. He's just waiting for someone to repel so he can leave.
Oh, but he's got a
going for it.
Is he going to get the pick? There are quite a few targets setting up on the B site here. I think he's waiting for the push to start.
Yes, that's
before he fires up. Yeah, no point in, jumping out there and then having 3 people turn around and shoot you in the back. That said, Keldive is down. Arden getting the pick onto Rocket, too. It looks like the action has started. And a Wonder Flow going to go down to Quetzal. He did, in fact, manage to get the run out onto the Nomad. Excellent catch.
Yeah, and that's gonna really hurt UOIT. Now, not only do they have to pick up Keldav, but they're not so comfortable anymore where they are. They have to worry about Quetzal right there. Shy will pick up Raichi.
Oh, but Arden will pick up firing back.
It is 3v3 with 23 seconds left in the round.
100%. Yeah, they're going to have to make their way onto the site. And it looks like they're doing it from the inside now, pushing the war out. Beasting Baby is going to take down Red Card. And Arden holding down some angles as they set up the defuse. Dangerous situation for the defenders here. Oh, but Mentality managing to take down Arden. The defuse is starting to be planted. Mentality is going to have to make his play, pushing his way up here. Oh, and it looks like RIT managing to clutch it out. Excellent stuff from Mentality there.
Yeah, RIT's rotations were superb there in terms of that. Yeah, Mentality dropping down Hatch, or where I don't even know where he went. But all of a sudden, he magically appeared, stepping through a portal on that back stairwell, managing to take out one of the last 2 attackers. And all UOIT could do was plan and hope they don't see him. And, Quetzal with that run out, we saw it before. We'll see it again. Now UOIT has to win this defense. What do you think they're going to do to win this one?
Well, it looks like they're falling back on some normal picks here. Whereas last time we saw them go for something relatively different. This time it looks like they're likely going to be choosing the garage. They do have Arden on the dock. They're keeping Raichi on Jaeger this time, but things are looking fairly standard. I think that makes sense. They want to just play their best game at this point, go with the picks that are most comfortable to them, and just try and make some magic happen.
Yeah, I mean, now is not
as
the
I
time
say it. Raichi going with the clash here.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, now's not the time to test out new things. Clash, he's played Monty, he's played Blitz. The only shield op left, because Fuse is not a shield op, is Clash. So, it makes sense for him to complete the trio. But this is down to the wire. UOIT has to win this. It is match point. If RIT comes out with this one, it is 7-5 in favor of RIT. If they win this, they win the map and the series for the night. So this is a big one for UOIT.
Definitely. Yeah, they're going to have to be very careful here. They're taking a lot of bets. I mean, all in all, Raichi was doing a lot of work on attack with the shield op, but I don't know how well that's going to work for him defending at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Clash is a type of operator that you need coordination, or you just need to really be good at spamming left click and aiming with the pistol. Well, she could be good at both, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I don't know. It seems like an interesting pick to me. I'm wondering how they'll implement her into this game. Because from what I saw previously, they were primarily using these shield ops for information. Clash, you mostly use it to kind of hunt down stray ops. And on a space like Garage, it's interesting to see what they'll do. Maybe they'll set her up to just try and hold the attackers at bay on exit stairs, but I'm not sure, It's
Yeah,
it's a very unknown.
I definitely see a stairwell hold there. Looks like they're actually extending their site to the whole basement. They have Clash and Legion sitting in archives. Looks like Mentality is going to try to help his team clear out second floor. They actually already have second floor control. UOIT pretty much forgiven that, and pretty much even the first floor, just to RIT.
Yeah, I mean, there's no time for them to roam right now. They're staying incredibly close to home. They're focusing almost entirely on the anchor game. And that is going to leave Capitao and Nomad fairly underutilized, especially if they're able to rotate quickly since they're all in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, RIT is actually doing a pretty good job at recognizing that they have map control and they spent their time droning out for second floor. But now they're just relentlessly pushing first floor, which is good decision. They have the map control. Now they just have to get kills.
Definitely. All right, looks like they are opting to drone things out while setting up the hatches here. Just trying to find any straight picks. If they can get one pick here, they should be gold to push in. But they have to do that first. And especially considering it's going down to the wire here, about a minute left, 50 seconds at this point, they got to find something. Because the last thing they want to do is push in without any kind of advantage here.
Yeah, it looks like Quetzal saw, but just missed someone in kitchen. Yeah, they got 40 seconds. RT dropped the diffuser. That's just a little mishap right there. No got down. Actually, Towdy's very low.
Yeah, and the attackers are in a really dangerous situation. 30 seconds, they have to make a push at some point. But, oh, Quetzal going to get a pick onto Keldav, though, and that might be the opening they need, right? You're trying to hold down the stairway here, get some information for his team, scoping things out for Arden as he tries to find the frag. Oh, Wonderflow going to fire off on Shy, but red card getting the refrag and setting up for the diffuser. Mentality getting the pick onto Arden, and things might be flipped here now. 4v2. That said, none of the attackers very healthy. Oh, but Rocket and Mentality managing to finish things off, and the stealth plant coming through for RIT.
That was last second. That was well, it was a rushed push in terms of they had 20 seconds to plant the diffuser, and they Clash blocking one of their entranceways. They played that very well. Both teams played very well, even though RIT will go on to the finals, being out UOIT 7-5 in the final map. That both teams played very well. There's a lot of players who just popped off throughout, and it was a very good game. It was super close.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Definitely it could have been a toss-up no matter what. I think, different world, different map, that definitely could have been Ontario's game. But
100%,
RIT,
yeah.
with just some brilliant attack. I think their attack was probably their strongest point in this tournament. Just, smoking people out, doing such a good job of catching the defense off guard, and then mixing things up when they needed to. Just brilliant coordination and strong teamwork there from Rochester. All in all, great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, going past this season even, I'm super excited to see what these players not only do in summer league, but what they do in the fall on their own teams. Because that was very good play from both teams, UIT and RIT, pulling out very good strats. Their players pulling out big clutches, very big plays. That was a very action-packed game, and I'm excited for what they're going to bring in the fall because it'll be fun to watch these teams grow, and hopefully we see these teams rematch again shortly because that was a very good game.
Definitely, yeah. I look forward to seeing Ontario versus Rochester too. All right, well, that's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us here at the CEA semifinals, game 1. This has been Esun.
And I'm King of Dopenshire.
Good night, folks.
Good night.